Hello and welcome to the ADLR Podcast. This week we got Jujutsu Kaisen, Sherry, some music as well. He finally saw Ted Lasso. We're doing things. He saw a bunch of Spooderman movies. We're doing a lot of stuff today. Oh, and I don't have my cold intro here. Nice. I'm awesome, guys.
You
Fucking
should you should
hell.
click the links for the Spodermans.
I clicked on him when off air, obviously, and I'm like, that's what he's doing. Got it. There's the intro. And there we are. Not prepared as always, but I'm here now. You here? Anyway, as I said earlier, this is the ADLR podcast. I'm your host, ADLR. In the video, to my left, that's Brian.
Mm.
And to my right is Kale, also known as WyrdTV.
What's up?
Oh, just Monday after a very short weekend.
Right?
It feels like, I spent 2 hours in the weekend and now I'm back to Monday.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that work?
I really want like 3 weeks off. Like I don't care if I spend the entire time just staring at the wall. I just don't want to work or do anything.
I mean, you can. Did you have any PTO saved up?
I think I got like 100. I actually think I have 120 hours saved up. So yeah.
you can do literally that. Just take them like, oh, what are you gonna do for your 3-week vacation? Where are you going? Somewhere in the dark depths of my mind as I stare out into the wilderness. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, dude. What was it? Adam. When Adam was living with mom while they were going through a divorce, like mom and dad were going through a divorce, she like left somewhere. I don't even remember where. And Adam called me the next day and he was like, dude, for the first 4 hours, I just sat and stared at a wall because it was quiet and I didn't have to do anything. And it was the greatest thing ever. and I'm like, I understand that. I totally do.
All you need to do is slow it down sometimes. Sorry, this is super loud, but I'm not trying to advertise what I'm drinking here, so they can pay me first. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
900,000 people watch and listen to this podcast. I'm not going to give away items for free. You know what I'm saying?
Not with that attitude, not.
I need them all. They need to pay up. Right?
I'm going to be honest. I miss Randall. Bastard needs to be here. We're clearly more important. Also, my face is fucking huge on your screen.
Because the way your camera is set up. Like, if not, like, your camera's closer to your face than ours is to our cameras are to ours. So if I do this, let me do some live editing here. If I back you the fuck up to like, because your eyes, again, need to be up here.
Uh-huh.
And if I go any wider, you don't fit on the thing. So I can do the following then. Here's what I'll do for you. I'll scale you down.
I was gonna say you should scale it down some, and then, because like it's like Brian looks normal, Anthony's looks normal, and then I'm just like right there, like that's all you get. You get this. This is it.
Here you go. This is as backed up as I could possibly give you.
That's at least a little more normal.
With
what did he just say? He's on a perk.
Hold on, let me fix this real quick. All right, I guess that's a bit better, right? Any more, and I would have to like scale you up and look distorted. Anywho, all right, we got that set up. But we wanted you to be the in-your-face person. Like, I'm here, my energy's up there. That's what we're doing, you know? No? All right.
Sounds good. Okay. I was trying to think, like, if you said I'm here, and the only thing I could think of was the old chant, we're here, we're queer, we're not going anywhere.
Hey, it can be ours, you know? I don't know who made it, but we can steal it. Anywho, this episode is brought to you by myself. And the rest of these people. We have no ads. Okay. What did y'all do last week, Brian? Since you're not streaming anymore, I don't know what the fuck you're gaming on. You know what I'm saying? What you doing?
I'm just vibing, bro.
Oh, okay. Is
I'm just using free time to like do me time stuff.
that a bar or like is that from a new single? What's going on?
Did it rhyme?
Did you fart on camera just now?
No.
Okay, the sound came through that was like you squeezed one out. It's fine.
Oh no, I didn't. I
Oh,
don't
he
think I
squeezed
did.
one out. All right.
At this point, I don't know if I farted, Anthony.
You have no control over those fucking. You can't feel your ass. Like what's?
My body's just it does what it wants.
You still have the
I'm
gym
a
on work
passenger
though,
right now.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would imagine
Um,
you have more control than you think.
My body moves itself. Remember, every if I do arms,
Yeah.
it's also neck day. You remember?
Oh no, you and John. I've been training John, and that's he subscribed to your school. He uses his entire body sometimes. He says it's not voluntary, but I'm like, I don't know. I know someone who does it voluntarily.
It's my body does it. You feel me? It's not me.
Okay.
Yeah, for the most part, what am I doing?
Okay, so
Listening to
boom.
music again. Yeah, so boom, listening to music weekly. New music, we not things from 3 years ago on the playlist.
Oh, okay. Good.
Working on stuff. Watching tutorials for stuff. I gotta sign up for that website from last week still.
The Pulse one that he added,
Yeah.
not Pulse. I'll have to look it up again.
That's about it, dude.
Okay. Kelsey, what you been doing? I saw you were playing Neo with Adam.
Playing's kind of a strong word. Being just like I was
There?
on. Yeah, I was just kind of there. Like it was not. I was not like. I haven't bothered listening to the story this time. I didn't finish the first one, but he wanted somebody that he could play like a bunch of endgame stuff with. And it was like on sale or something. So I was like, sure, why not? And I got on, and they've made it like they've made it co-op so that you can actually summon friends and I don't remember if they had it in the first one, but you can summon friends and things then. And so I summoned him in, and it downscales some, but it's like I'm still fairly new. I haven't gotten very far into it. I'm doing maybe 100 damage on average.
Okay.
He's doing like 400 damage on average, and my weapon's base damage is like 150, I think it is.
Okay.
His is 2800. And so the downscale it's not quite enough, but we've gone through some.
It's weird. It should be scaling his stuff down to your level, not like meeting in the middle, right? That's what it sounds like it's doing.
I mean, I think it sort of is. I feel like it's something that like somebody just, if you grind it away in the one area, you wouldn't really get anything new. You would just get maybe materials to increase the weapon. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's like he's like, we killed some boss and a couple of other things, and he goes, "You have no idea how many days I just saved you."
Praise me.
And so, like I haven't had any real attachment to it.
It's maybe because he's speed running you along, so you don't have that attachment. Like I'm sure if you spent days doing whatever he just saved you, you'd have a different feeling.
Probably. But I've been doing that. I've also been looking at that promotion from Newegg still going on, and looking through the games. I thought about getting the Chimera Squad from XCOM.
That's the standalone DLC, right?
It's its own game. It's like it's a new game.
Oh, okay.
I
thought it was
but it's only $9. It's $20 normally, but it's $9 right now. And then the Ultimate Edition for Borderlands 3, I'm like, I don't know that I'm ever gonna like play it again.
Yeah, a friend of mine thought about it, and then he got it, and then he started playing it. So that's weird that my friend did that.
What?
Huh?
He did this.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't quite follow it. So you bought it again?
I have 3 copies of Borderlands 3. I have one on console, on PC, and on the cloud.
I thought about getting it just because, a friend of mine wanted to try Borderlands 3 because they liked Borderlands 2. And before they buy or do anything, I made sure they knew you're not getting Borderlands 2 here.
Uh-huh.
So they said they might pick it up. So we'll see. I might get it on.
Well, I mean,
have it on Epic.
You're not getting Borderlands 2 is a good thing. Borderlands 3 gameplay is better than 2.
I mean, gameplay isn't the only important thing.
In Borderlands, who gives a shit? Like, honestly, no. Like, get in there, shoot and loot.
No, you got story. You know what I'm saying? You got like Krieg playable. You know.
Okay.
You got an alive Maya.
Okay. If you were able to pick Maya, that would be something else.
I don't know.
We can't.
I've been tempted, and I looked like, oh, instead of getting the whole game again, let me see how much the fucking DLC passes are on Epic. The second season's $50. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, you can get the. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the Newegg. That's the only reason I posted the Newegg deal, because the Ultimate Edition comes with
everything,
the game, and everything else.
Literally, that's everything that's out currently for Borderlands is in that for $40. So I'm like,
yeah,
you'd be dumb not to. If you're thinking about trying it, you might as well go for the Ultimate right now.
And then the real fun part is the first season pass is $22.
Yeah.
The second season pass is $30. Or you could just get the Ultimate Edition
and get every
and just have everything.
Thing. Exactly.
So yeah, I might if they want to play it, I kind of wish that I could have non-latency playing Borderlands. You know, because Stadia is like I turn and then he turns.
You have it on Epic? I thought you bought it on Epic.
Okay, yes, I said this, but I don't have the DLC. I have base game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, slot.
I have a note in the chat from Skippy. Anthony, I don't think your shirt is tight enough.
I can get it
You
tighter.
can take it down.
Hold on. Let me just fucking squeeze all of this shit out. I can go like this if you need to, you know?
You should really work on your biceps, triceps.
I do.
Arms are tiny.
They're really small, actually. They look bigger on camera, but they're actually really small.
I need to see the whole outer ring of your nipple. Your shirt's not tight enough.
Oh. I got small nips, Brian. I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about this on air, but we'll go with it.
I'm looking at the other sale games that are on here. Because I just saw the Borderlands link that Anthony sent to his friend. So.
Yeah, that link, I saved him a lot of money. So he's never played it before. And he doesn't have a problem. Like an addiction problem with that game.
Like I'm looking at it, tempted to also, it's like to get Strikers or Persona 5 Strikers just to have it since it's not full price. But I don't know. There's nothing here that would be like, I'm getting this and I'm starting it now. You know what I mean?
Oh, for me, I started speedrunning it over the week. When was it? On Saturday? I think Janiana was working, so I'm like, perfect. And I'm running through that like a speedrunner. I'm doing hops and skips, and I'm like, thank God I saw someone else do this because I didn't know this was existed. I'm just jumping through it. I'm like in the middle of Eden 6 already. I'm high level. Like, I'm running through it. I just fucking love
it. I linked you this. I think this is deja vu. I'm pretty sure he came in here and said the exact same thing and then linked the exact same scene. And it's the one from the Transformers movie where Shia LaBeouf's like, yeah, my friend, he just went to the store to get you a tighter shirt. And the guy's buddy's like, there aren't any tighter shirts. We checked.
He did. That is deja vu. Fuck. I excuse the tight shirts. I come from the gym, so I wear tight shirts to the gym to make it seem like I'm actually having a pump, which I'm not. I'm just fucking laying around doing nothing. Oh man.
What?
What'd you do this last week?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I got my I got it shipped like 2 weeks ago. My my rack and my barbell. So I started converting. So Saturday, before I played Borderlands, I cleaned out a bunch of shit in my garage that was just garbage, just laying in my literal garbage in my garage. So cleaned that out, made room for the squat rack. It's a multi-purpose rack, I guess. Doesn't matter. Power rack, sure. And then set it up. Took me a few like an hour to set it up because it was pretty really easy to put together. It's by Fitness Reality or Fitness something. Super easy to put together. Like, you can use the tools they gave with you. They even set up like the bolts and stuff grouped into each step. So it's like, oh, step 1, put this together, and then like where all that the bolts are at, it's like, oh, this is the step 1 bolts you need. So I'm like, oh, that way I don't use shit that I'm not supposed to use, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I thought it was neat. Made it super easy. Barbell, I put it in there. I don't have any plates yet, but I'm gonna start looking through. What'd you say, Kelsey? The Facebook Marketplace or something?
Yeah, like people seriously, like look, you might have to like go out a little ways, but the Facebook Marketplace is a buddy of mine got like a brand new smoker, or not smoker, like air fryer that's like normally like $500-600, $110. You know, it's been used like 3 times. You know,
that's fine. Give me that's a percentage I'm willing. You know, that's a good discount. If I see a lot of, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Skivvy asked what kind of rack, and said it's impossible to find affordable weights right now. Everyone bought free weights because of COVID.
Yeah, and I went to go buy. I have 10s and 20s, and that ran me like a dollar and a, like I think $1 per pound. And I'm like, shit. So I only bought 10 and 20s. I wanted to get like the whole set, and I'm like, I'll save my cash and maybe look up to get the 30s and higher somewhere else, because paying $60 for 2 30-pound dumbbells is ridiculous. To me, anyway. I don't know how much this stuff is supposed to like be worth, but so I didn't even bother looking at the plates, because if the dumbbells cost this much, I can only imagine how much plates are gonna cost.
Plates are like a 45-pound plate is like $80
for one, or a set of 2.
Let me see.
Because that's what I'm gonna just check to see if somebody locally is like, oh, I don't want these anymore. And I'm like, cool, $20 sound good. What? And they just throw them $20 and run with the plates.
So, so Spores on cast iron 1-inch or 2-inch grip plate weightlifting at CrossFit single $99.
Oh no, I'm good. And I need to get a range. I need to get like at least like a 25, 2 25s, a 2 45s, maybe 2 10s, 2 5s. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get at least
like
a 300-pound set, I mean, that should.
Yeah,
you know,
that's more than enough. I'm not benching.
Cover basically everything you're ever gonna do.
I'm not benching 300. Do I look like Randall to you? I don't bench 300. All right.
You could.
I could. I guess if I. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You could if I can do like 210, 230 around there, you could probably get to 300.
Oh, my highest is 260 something.
See, you can go higher.
But that's like what, 2-3 reps max? Not even. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, what did I do? Yeah, so I set that up together, so the garage looking a little neater and more like a garage gym like I wanted to, but I still got to buy a bunch of other equipment. Mostly weights, because I already have a bench and the squat, so I can do a bunch of the, compound movements there. So we'll see.
You should just get jugs of water or sand. I forget which one's heavier. Attach them to the end.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's a good idea, because I have the barbell. All I have to do is attach it with some I don't know, some rope or something.
No, do you still have your sandbags from like hurricanes past?
I do. It's in the corner in the garage. I could actually use that. Tie it up. Anywho, and then I played some Borderlands for a bit. Then we went to a friend's place to eat steak, because we had before COVID we had a steak day at work.
Pussy.
And then Brian videos doing weird shit, right? Oh no, he's good.
He's lagging. He's like,
man, you're not disrespecting.
Okay.
It didn't even show him say that.
No,
all you heard was, it's being disrespectful.
Yeah.
His mouth's not moving.
It's like I don't know if he has Comcast, but they had like a gun off screen, like, don't fucking tell them. And he's like, please help me.
He looks like, what do you call it? He looks really laggy on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like all you see is like,
yeah,
as he's like doing stuff.
I mean, it happens.
The second I saw Anthony's like freeze for a second, and I looked at the time, like, yep, this disrespect the clock. Eastern Standard Time for my internet.
Is it actually consistent? Like every time?
It's anywhere from like 8 to 11. It'll happen an aggressive amount, and then it goes back to normal.
Well, it's because you're living in an apartment complex, and this is the time that everybody's like finishing up dinner, getting home from the gym, getting out of the shower, sitting down to relax, and everybody turns on their TVs and starts streaming or playing games or something. And because Comcast is a shared connection, especially when you're in an apartment complex, they overshare everything. And so as soon as everybody like turns everything on, your network connection goes from, even a gigabit down to like 40 megs.
And they shit on you.
It's only been doing this after I upgraded. So when it was the first time we got internet, it never did this. If it shot itself, it's because everybody shot themselves. The second I upgraded, 8 o'clock is fuck you time.
You upgraded your internet and it started doing this?
Yeah.
You should call them and complain that you're having network spikes at certain times, or just in general, saying that you upgraded and now you're having this, because they probably put you on a shared connection with too many people, and you can get them out there to
isolate it.
Yeah, to like put you on a different connection.
Hmm.
When you upgraded, did they send you a new router or a new modem?
No.
That can also be an issue.
What's your speed now? Or what is it supposed to be?
Yeah, that's a better question.
I don't remember the speed now. I mean, I guess I can do a speed check, but I'm streaming, so it'll be lower.
Yeah,
now.
it'll be... Your video will definitely cut out when it's trying to test the upload.
Let me see. I'll tell you, because I think I messaged Anthony about this around the time I was going to do it.
That's true. Cool. What was I going to say? Yeah, we had some steak, which is great. And that's it. And then yesterday, I just hung out, played a little bit. No, wait. That wasn't Saturday. Yesterday, I cleaned out and did everything. Saturday, that's when I was like speedrunning Borderlands. Locally.
Skippy did say if you can stand to wait 6 months, everybody's probably going to start selling their shit, because everything's going to be going back to relatively normal, with the COVID shots and that kind of stuff. So 3 to 6 months from now, everybody's probably going to be like, I don't need this shit anymore. I'll just go back to the gym.
I mean, that's a good point, but I've been aching to get this fucking garage gym set up, so I can cancel my fucking membership. So
they don't allow you to work out without shoes. It's bullshit.
And to add to that, I had a friend of mine go to his gym, and they don't allow sports bags anymore. Like, you can't walk around the floor with your bag on you, like a gym bag. I'm like, what? That's new. I never do that, so I was never stopped for that. But apparently he was stopped. Like, yeah, you can't just walk around with your gym bag, so you either put it away or go to bounce. I'm like,
I mean, I guess that makes a little sense.
What would that prevent? I don't know what.
I mean, it's just you're not having clutter around.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, like, it doesn't. I mean, tell the person to put it underneath their bench or put it somewhere that it's not going to be in the way. Like, I've never seen a problem with that, so I think that's a little bullshit.
Yeah,
Skippy says that's bullshit too, but the only thing I could come up with is that there's just no clutter on the ground. But
I don't know. But I heard that and I'm like, that's ridiculous. So I want to get this thing set up so I don't have to pay any fucking gym membership for anything anymore. Especially when they're just adding more and more weird stipulations and rules to use their freaking gym. It's whatever.
You can't have eyebrows if you work out there.
Yeah, it's like, oh, your eyebrows are like an inch too big, thick. Like, please leave. Okay. And then, yeah, you can't, and the whole like, oh, you don't have shoes on? Yeah, it's my choice. I know the freaking risk. I should be able to do so.
Yeah.
Like,
it's one thing if I was like going to be working out in sandals. I don't work out in sandals. I've lifted for over a year in just bare feet. Like, that's all I do.
And it's recommended in some exercises to use your bare feet, because some shoes have too soft of a what is it, the bottom of the shoe, the sole? Is that what it is?
The sole, yeah.
And
you want it
fucks it up. You want it
like
doing
flat, as much as you can, or you have like you can get squat shoes, which are kind of angled up into more of like a heel type thing, but that's just to lift your heel to give you a little more depth.
Yeah.
Because it's easier on the ankle. But yeah, like
That's dumb. When they said that, I'm like, are you fucking for real?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just need to get my garage hooked up with some equipment, so I don't have to pay for it anymore, man. I mean, granted, it's still cost effective, I guess, to do the membership, because I've been going to the gym for how long now? Maybe 3-4 years. So like, let's say $12 a month for 3 years. That's still cheaper than what I have in my garage right now.
Yeah.
So without the weights.
I mean, it's cheaper currently, but then once you pay for it and use it for X amount of time, then you actually start seeing your investment worth it.
Well, yeah, but that'll be years in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, still.
I mean, Papa ain't gonna stop getting these gains. You feel me? So you're right.
I mean, if you only bench 260.
When I get to I would say level 70. When I get to 70 years old, bro, I'm gonna be just still there, just breaking all my bones, doing stupid shit.
You said that it's like $10-12 a month, and I was thinking about mine. I think mine's $90 to $100 a month to go to this gym.
What? Does it have like pools and stuff? That's why? Like,
no. I mean, it's got like a weight room, and then you take all the classes and things.
Oh, the classes. So if you do classes, it's gonna cost a lot more.
I don't know that they have like a what do you call it? A like lifting only. But I mean, it's all part of the same gym. Like it's just a giant warehouse. There's 2 mats and then a cage in the middle and the back, and then behind that is all the weights. Okay. And so I'm getting my money's worth. I'm taking I take 2 classes on Monday, 3 classes on Tuesday, 2 classes on Thursday, and 2 or 3 classes on Friday, depending on how I'm feeling.
On top of the lifting too. So
on top of the lifting. Okay, so
yeah,
I mean, I'm doing stuff.
That makes sense.
Specialty gyms like that are super expensive, like Skippy said.
Oh, okay.
CrossFit gyms. I've never been to a CrossFit gym.
Me neither.
I like mine because it's run. So real sad, but the guy who runs the weightlifting section was recently diagnosed with leukemia, and so he's going to be out for a little while, trying to get that taken care of. But I mean, he's like an awesome dude. I mean, everybody there, you can talk to them, ask them questions, have them spot you. You know, like it's not like going into like a standard gym where nobody wants to talk to anybody else. They're just like, leave me the fuck alone, let me lift, that kind of thing. No, this one is like you show up, people notice, you start talking to people, you make friends, and then everybody's like helping you work on your form and everything else. Like I love this place because everybody is there to support you and help you and have fun. It's and not just be like, not just be like, no, fuck off. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone.
For me, I don't have that like attitude towards people. It's just what everyone looks like that by default. Like everyone, when you walk in the gym, like a U-Fit or something, they have their headphones in, they're doing their set, they don't talk to each other. It's normal. But like if most of the people there, like if you ask them something, they'll kindly respond. But I've never seen that before. That's shout out to that place. What's it called?
Your gym?
Yeah, your gym.
So it's Charleston Krav Maga and MMA. I think it is. I don't know. Yeah, Charleston Krav Maga and MMA. And then in the back they have Charleston. Shit.
They have that.
There's this massive banner. Yeah, there's this massive banner, and I never remember the name of the damn thing. But the guy who runs it's awesome. He's like this super fit, like German dude, and he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
And he, you can tell him basically anything, and if he actually doesn't know, he'll go find out and then come and tell you.
Nice. It's good when you have an educated trainer. Instead of just, I saw this fucking gym bro do it a couple times. I should do it too.
Yeah. It's nice to have somebody that you can like physically talk to rather than just being like, how do you lift? And then some dude on YouTube is like, so you're going to place your hands here, there, in other words.
Just finished juicing. He's fucking pumped up because he did 6 sets before. He's like, so you got to do is you pick it up, right? And you're like, yo, that energy, not right now. I haven't started lifting yet. I'm learning. Please,
Yeah. Skippy says, I lift things and I put them down.
Yeah. You just lift it up. Yeah. Make sure you have 4 veins coming out and red as fuck.
Like, and there's only so much you can get from somebody like being like, okay, so you're gonna like, place your hands here, and they show you like a side view of where the fucking hands go, and it's like, first of all, I can't see where the depth is when this is the fucking bar. Okay, that doesn't help me at all. And then, when you like, it varies for person to person. Like, they're like, what you want to do is make sure that you're 90 degrees when you do this. Well, seeing as I can't take my fucking eyes out of my head, and there's not really a great way for me to like set up my camera and things to record this, it's nice to have somebody be like, no, that's all wrong. Do this instead. Let's try
Yeah.
this again.
Like, oh, shift a little bit over here. Make sure your shoulder width. Hey, this arm is closer than the other. You could like, hey, go deeper on the squat or some shit. Like, hey, your knees are going too forward on the squat. Your hips aren't going back far enough or some shit. Like something that's not, hey, you're wrong, dude. Look, just check me out. And he just grabs it and does it and doesn't help you at all.
Basically.
Oof. Sadness. That's our gym hour. Well, just gym half an hour anyway. Nice little gym segment there. That's pretty much all I did. Yeah. The hell were we talking? Oh, we're just going through what we did this week. I guess we might as well get into it, right? You guys want to hear about Jujutsu Kaisen first, or are we going to talk about I keep saying Sherry. It's Cherry.
He swears he's French.
Yeah, the Sherry.
We just knocked Cherry out of the way. Should be pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's go with Cherry. Cherry is an Apple TV exclusive original film, starring Tom Holland. I don't know if I've seen the girl anywhere. But
So Skippy says it's what the viewers want. My first thought was, well, if we asked the viewers what they wanted, he would say, we want to talk about Ted Lasso.
that's all. Those are facts, though. Actually, we should start with that. But after Cherry, we're going to go to Ted Lasso. I already started the whole shebang here. But absolutely. Actually, I don't know why I asked.
You're fucking sloating.
I'm a fucking slow. I don't remember the other people who were in Cherry that were
Sierra
big.
something is her name.
Yeah. There's some other side characters.
Kyle the rapper is there.
Yeah.
What's it called? That one kid that's from the Deuce.
Yes.
That one guy's son.
That's all I got for names. Anyway, so it just follows the life of this kid it starts off very, hey, in the middle of the movie, and then you're like, oh shit, something weird's happening, and then it cuts back to the beginning, and then catches up throughout the course of the film. So I guess it starts off him about to go rob a bank, and he says, yo, I've done this like about 1,000 times. I'm awesome at it, whatever. And you're like, oh shit, why does he look so fucked up though? Cut to like 5 years before, I think it was, right? It was like 2002 to 2007.
Yeah.
And basically, it's just a fucking roller coaster of emotions of how he got from a kid in 2002 to the addict / crime junkie that he is, just to feed his addictions. Pretty much.
These addictions.
Yeah.
I think my only real complaint with the movie is the slow-mo scenes.
I'm telling you, ever since Zack Snyder's thought it was the coolest shit to do in all of his films, I'm like, I can't do slow motion anymore.
Like, it's good if it serves a purpose. Like, if you're watching somebody doing something really fast, or a gun is firing, and you want to watch the bullet, or punches or something, sure. Watching them get high and have time or reality just slow down as their eyes roll into the back of their head is like,
I'm like,
bro, you could have just like maybe 75% speed. I don't need 0.075% speed.
yeah, that scene near the end where he's like sitting down on the sidewalk after he does to get the attention of the cops. I'm like, this is like 5 minutes that I could have gotten in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So it runs for like about 2.5 hours, maybe a little more. But it's broken into chapters of the kid's life. There's a chapter when he goes to basic training, he goes to war, he comes back as a veteran. The things leading up to him making a decision to go into war, or join the army. Sorry, go into war. It spans a lot of information, so you're basically getting this character's biography in some sort of sort of, because you follow him the most. And I don't know, it was very entertaining, and most of it is because Tom Holland's performance was just so great. The kid knew how to. The kid has range, and he shows it off in this. Even with like almost anyone who's on screen with him, like at the point, his significant other, the friends that he's talking to, the associates he works with. The kid's great. He does fantastic on here. The writing's okay.
Writing on the wall.
Yeah, it's a very good song, Brian. I appreciate it. I don't know. Besides
overall,
that,
it was like it was really good.
It was a fun time. Yeah.
You know,
there's some really funny parts, and then there's like okay, this is like depressing, getting
Yeah.
like dark, and it's like, oh shit, and then it just goes through that roller coaster throughout the entire film. So, like, what were you gonna say, Kelsey? Kind of you cut you off.
Yeah, I mean, like it was Tom Holland did a great job. I mean, you really like they did a really good job with like the makeup and everything. Like you really thought that they were,
Addict.
pill junkies and addicts and everything. Like I don't know if she actually lost weight because she was already skinny.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was makeup or if she lost the weight or what, because like some
directors and
for
stuff
a lot of
make
those
you
movies
lose
they
it.
do that. They lose the weight and whatever. I mean, she was tiny.
Yeah.
And so was he. Like, I mean, he went from being this like fit, muscular guy to just being a friggin' twig.
Just bones.
Like they did a really great job. A really great job of the transformation.
I think I'm gonna be with you. Go ahead, Ryan.
I just said heal.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'm with you with the slow motion stuff. Like I was tired when Zack Snyder made it a fucking thing. With 300, with Sucker Punch,
like 300 made it work. When he Spartan kicks the guy off of the thing into the well.
Yeah,
that was exciting. It was something that you're like, oh shit, he really wanted you to focus on the scene and like think about what this is doing.
Yeah.
Sucker Punch, there were some cool fight scenes where they like made it slow-mo and whatever, but then there were things like she jumped into the air and there was an explosion and it lasts 47 minutes, and it's like
some crazy soundtrack in the background because he just loves the song and he's like, I'm gonna let it play.
But like with this one, some of it was very, very overused with the whole like getting drugged up and then having a 3-minute time lapse of them like injecting and then literally like rolling their eyes back and falling asleep. It's like I could have fallen asleep watching this if I really tried.
So that's probably like my biggest gripe with it as well. There's a lot of time in the film that could have been cut out.
I think it was a 2-hour movie.
It was like 2.5 hours, man.
Yeah, it was a long.
Yeah, it was 2 hours 20 minutes. They probably could have cut it down to about 2 hours had they like gotten rid of 90% of the friggin' freeze frames.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it because I think we watch this because we're starting to watch each week a movie that's divided between critics and audiences. That's the case, right? And this one was divided as well, or no? Where like the critics was low.
So yeah, because the reviewers gave it like a 30% score because they were like, it's overplayed. It's there's nothing like really new about it. Nothing to really engage the viewer, that kind of stuff. And then I think the crowd on Rotten Tomatoes gave it 36%, but the audience gave it a 70%. And while I have to agree some with the reviewers for the Rotten Tomato reviewers, I enjoyed it. It's not one of those things that I'm going to be like, bro, you got to go see this movie.
Yeah.
If you're bored, you want kind of a roller coaster of emotions, that's kind of a feel good, sad movie, go watch it. But it's not. There's nothing that's like.
It's not gonna make headlines.
Yeah,
like it's not this is since 2020. I have not seen a movie like this or something like that, or 2010.
Oh, it's not the next Avengers. It's definitely just hey, this is cool. It was a good watch. I'm glad I enjoyed it, but I would never like willingly go back and watch it again.
Yeah, I think I'm on that boat. Like I enjoyed my time with it, but I'm not. Like I'm loading up Mad Max Fury Road again before loading this up, Like that's something I can just put on and witness me, explosion, races.
Skippy says that we need to watch Mortal Kombat as a group next week or for next week.
We can set it up.
We can definitely do that.
The thing is, I have a lot of other people that want to watch it too, so we got to. This is gonna be a huge share of the video.
Yeah. So Skippy, what we've been doing is we've been finding videos that have like huge differences between like professional reviewers and the audience. Like we watched Cosmic Sin as our first one, and Cosmic Sin got like a 7%
or something like that.
Yeah, apparently it's down to 4. It got a 4% on the professional reviewers, but an 81% from the audience. And we don't know how it got the 80%. We don't know how it even got above 8% for anybody.
Yeah, I don't I'm siding with the critics on that movie, and then for Cherry, I'm siding with the audience because it scored a lot higher. It was definitely a solid film. It's just not, and it's not Cosmic Sin because
No, Cosmic
man.
Sin was so fucking awful. Like, as soon as I watched it, I was like, I wish I could scrub my brain of this movie and never watch it again because it was terrible. Like, which is disappointing. Like, how do you have Bruce Willis and Frank, is it Grillo?
And Skull Crusher.
Yeah, and how do you have two like massive names like that and have the movie be so bad that you just
well, one of them was in it for like 10 minutes, but not even. And Bruce Willis said the weirdest shit on there. Like, I think he just made up his dialogue as they went.
90% of it is just him grunting.
That's who. And then I'd never forget that lady holding onto that massive sniper and shooting it like it's a pistol.
The wrestler lady.
Oh my god! Like there's no recoil, on like what looked like a 77 caliber weapon.
Oh yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not Cosmic Sin. I'll definitely recommend this movie to go watch. Not like as soon as this podcast is over, but like, hey, it's on, watch it. Or it's an option. It's not on. We're not living in the fucking 70s where everything's on TV. Everything's on demand now, mate. On demand. Anywho, that's Cherry. Brian, what do you think? I don't think we heard from you much on the movie.
I was surprised I liked it. I don't know why. I was going in. I was like, I'm probably not gonna enjoy this movie. I just want to see him swinging and saying MJ, but it was wrong. I enjoyed it. The way it's paced, maybe I don't know if pacing is the right word, but I guess the way it's written out, I feel like they try to do like a modern day depressing Forrest Gump. Just like how did I get here or whatever.
Yeah.
Talking to people with chocolate. He's in the middle of robbing a bank.
Yeah,
and then give you the backstory, and there's always the will they, won't they with the love interest. And he goes into some other part of his life. Will they, won't they? Another part of life. Will they, won't they? And then how the movie ends. I recommend give it a try. I don't also see myself seeing this again, but I enjoyed the time I spent watching it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This was one of those fun ones that you're like, we should watch this and see how it really is. And then it came out to being great.
Yeah.
Not like Cosmic Sin.
Nope. So the reason why you thought it was going to be a bad movie, Brian, because the last time you did take a chance on such a thing, it was Cosmic Sin. And then you were like, fuck me.
No, that I knew was going to be bad. I wasn't like, oh, is this going to be good? I mean, I saw... If it's a Bruce Willis movie that no one knows existed, it's going to be bad.
I can agree with that.
I didn't see any... I didn't know what that was. Like... When did it come out? Was it last year?
That's this
year.
No,
it was this year.
Yeah, Cosmic Sin.
Yeah, it was this year. I didn't see any advertising for it.
Yeah.
I didn't see any commercials. I didn't see any. Like, I mean, I have ad blocker, so I don't see a lot of those things. But even the sites and things that, like, you either have to turn it off in order to use the site or something that, still gets around it. Nothing. I didn't know anything about it. Nobody mentioned to me anything. Nobody knew about it. I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's one of those that they spend all their cash on talent and not on marketing or dialogue or like...
Or a direct... Who directed that?
I don't know. Probably Brian.
Edward Drake.
What an asshole. What's his name?
Edward Drake. What else has he directed? Let's see. He's known for Broil, Breach, which is another... okay, hold on. I think I found our next movie.
Oh my god.
So
same director too?
It's called Breach. It got a 3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Oh no.
Are you ready for the cast list?
Yeah.
Cody Kearsley. He's apparently part of the Riverdale series. He plays Moose. Bruce Willis,
Oh my
and
God.
Rachel Nichols from Continuum, G.I. Joe, and Star Trek.
Okay. It's called Breach. Oh my, that's gonna be quite the fucking time.
Hmm.
Jesus. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so Cherry, it's cool. It's definitely worth watching. It has its really funny parts and then really dark parts. So that's that. For Mortal Kombat, I think that is coming out soon. I don't know what the plan is on my end to watch it. I know
Well, we clearly
Randall's
have to
gonna.
watch it together.
Yeah, but I don't know how we're gonna set that up because I know Randall's gonna watch it with us. I think Daniela wanted to watch it as well, and maybe some of her siblings. So like, I don't know how we're gonna set that all up here.
I mean, we can just do like what we've been doing.
So we've been doing the sharing of the
Yeah.
of your thing. Oh, Mister, I got a gig up. You can just upload to every single fucking person. Must be
Yeah.
nice. How about you call your fucking ISP and be like, "Yo, this address, run a wire directly to him so he can get a gig up."
So if what you can do, because your neighborhood's been around for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, I would imagine.
It's the first
you can start-
neighborhood ever existed.
You can start calling AT&T like every week and asking them if they're going to come there, and they'll actually start,
Prioritizing.
if they get
it
enough
more.
phone calls, they'll get people to go out there and survey the area and possibly put a line in. Because like we had AT&T as an exclusive when when I first moved in, and then after like 3 months or 4 months of being here, Comcast came in and put lines in too. So I mean, it's possible. It really just depends on if you have enough people like calling in and saying, "Hey, we need to do this."
I'm gonna see if I can get like a voice over IP and just call in from what looks like different numbers and give myself different names and accents. I'm a voice actor, so I can just pretend I'm like 7 different people.
You gotta use sound effects.
Yeah, I have
Just do it. Saul did with all those phones.
Yeah,
He's
with the
trying to get
phones.
people out.
So I mean, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? I can just call up and be like, they'll be like, "Hello," and I'd be like, "Yeah, can I get?" I'm like, "Yes, sir, absolutely. We'll get that fiber out to you immediately." Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna give that a shot. Just berate them, like just constantly. Hey, yes, Anthony, this is your 7th call this week. We know you want fiber. Well, then get me fucking fiber, my guy. Get me 1 gig up. This whole 1 gig down and 40 megabit up is embarrassing.
I have 20 up was what I saw. I didn't see the actual download speed though when I messaged you.
Gotcha. I mean, you're halfway there, Brian. You have half my speed for upload.
He's always just bragging, huh?
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm. It's shitting on Comcast because I'm sure we
You're
pay a
a
huge
PC?
difference, and it's only 20 megabit upload.
What do you pay for? You have a gigabit down?
Gig down and 40 megabit up, and me and Randall split that because it's like 160.
What do you pay a month for com? I'm assuming you don't have TV.
No, just for the internet, it's like 160, and it's that because hold on, hear me out, and it's because Comcast doesn't do unlimited data. So if you wanted unlimited data on top of your gig, you pay extra.
Yes. God, I fucking hate that.
Like,
fuck these ISPs that are like, oh, we need to make sure that the servers are up and whatever. It's like, no, you don't, because there's no reason. It doesn't cost them anything to actually, service the data. Not to mention that you're going to be one of the few people that is using more data than everybody else. Like, the average person doesn't use the same data that we use.
No, absolutely not.
Skippy says 160. What the fuck? Buy a new house. Fuck that.
Buy a new house? Yo, if you want to come over here and help me with that, no problem, dude.
Yeah, I pay $100 a month for the fiber stuff, but that goes like, that's to the house. Like, it literally comes in through the wall, and the modem and like connects directly to whatever their converter is, and then to the modem.
Yeah, I need that because
but I get a gig down and a gig up.
Well, Comcast likes to give a gig up my ass the entire time, so like that's where they're heading. And I can't. I tried looking at AT&T, but they don't have the speeds to match it. So I'd be going down to 500 for download.
But if you're going down to 500, can you get a faster upload?
I should double check that. It doesn't say on the site their upload. It's just like, oh, get 500 down for I think like $60 or something. And I don't know if they have unlimited data either.
Because like, you know, even when you have a gig, especially if you're on coax, you never have a gig. Like that's just the way it works.
No, I can promise you, I'm downloading at like 90 megabytes a second. Like I get my speeds.
All right.
I get on Steam and I'm like, I need a new game. That fucker is maxing it for the most part.
Impressive.
So I'll give them that. They say give me a gig. It gets really close to a gig. And my upload, I fucking max out upload because it's only fucking 40 megabits, dude.
Yeah, so the two, yeah, you should definitely check to see if 500 download, you can do 500 upload, or close, or even 100. You know, because at least that's better.
Yeah, like I just want like that's one of the reasons why I started doing the server, the European server for my Plex, because I'm like I wanted to set that up here, but I'm like if I have like 7 people streaming from my Plex server, I can't stream or upload any YouTube stuff. But if I have like I know
I've never noticed. I've not had this problem.
I'm sure you're just like upload everything, download everything. I'm not, and your router's just like.
I think one time I looked at my Plex server and I had 4 people in 4 different states, and on top of me, you know. And
it's just your fucking computer and your router just sleeping. It's like that's light work, bro. I do that shit all day. And mine's like, just sweating profusely, red. There's no AC. Yeah.
Like, you know how you can look at the activity and it like tells you the bandwidth and everything? Yeah. Like it's just pegged out with what it's doing on the screen. But it's like, you know, I think it was at like like 15,000 kilobits per second. Or something.
Okay. And
that was it.
Must be nice. This must be nice. All right. You know what is also really nice? Ted Lasso's really nice.
All right. First of all, fucking horrible that they only have one goddamn season out.
Oh, okay? Yes. Absolutely. You don't got to tell me. When I ran through that in the middle of the night, I'm like, I have a problem. It's over and I want more.
I binged it all on Saturday, and I was like, it was like Saturday night. I didn't have anything to do, and I was like, let's watch Ted Lasso. We'll check it out. He is so fucking optimistic.
Yeah.
It's really kind of annoying, but hilarious how many people he wins over with his like, that's okay, man. Like, you know, we'll get it next time. Let's do this.
He strikes the balance of like he teeters right at the annoying part. Like he's so nice, but it's not yet annoying. Like it's like right there.
Yeah.
And then they'll cut away from him to give you some cooldown time from that, and then he'll come back and again right there, right before. It's gonna be annoying.
So Skippy asked me this while I was watching it. Who's your favorite character?
The girl, the one that used to date the fucking
Keely?
player.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Keely's my favorite too. Because she's not dumb. Like she actually is intelligent. Like she knows what she's doing. She understands like how all this stuff works. She's not just some blonde bimbo that does modeling and whatever. Like she actually is a person.
She's actually really fucking. I think she's the funniest character in the whole.
Yes.
Brian, you're saying that you have to back up. Brian's saying that is because one, she has a heavy accent. And you know how Brian is with the fucking London accents. All right, he'll side with them immediately. So keep that bias, and you know we're just letting everybody know.
No, she's definitely the funniest because when he's like, "What motivates Jamie? Blowjobs."
Yeah.
Oh, I also loved that Ted bakes the cookies.
Yeah, and he cannot find out where the fuck that cookie is made from.
You know, like was sending what Leslie, I forget his last name, the heavier set dude.
Yeah.
You know, to like, she had like 12 boxes in front of her. She's like, no, find me where he's fucking getting these. And then like every time he came in, she's like,
yeah, and she smells it. She like nuts right in front of him, dude.
You know, it was fucking hilarious. And then it showed him baking them, and I was like, that is great.
Yep.
And then I think it was the episode where they get rid of Jamie because she's trying to sabotage him the whole time.
Yeah.
That he like comes in, he's pissed off, and then he like throws the cookies at her, and he's like, I finally cracked the recipe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it's what's her name again? I
Keely?
forgot the name. Keely?
Keely, yeah.
Keely, okay. No, for me it's between Ted and Boss Woman. They're the most interesting to me.
No, funny. Which one's
No,
favorite? He said favorite.
First,
yeah.
so that's why I'm.
But
That's
then
why
who do you think's the funniest?
the funniest one is Juan. I think his name is Juan. No,
Oh,
Rojas?
the
Rojas. Yeah.
Football is life.
Football is life, and he's just smearing everyone on the field right now because that's how good he is.
I like him too. I thought you were gonna say the funniest was the I forget his name, but the guy that's basically like the assistant, the like the Indian looking guy.
Coach Beard?
No,
Or are you talking about
Oh, he's really funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
the assistant coach. Even the assistant coach of this, not the kid. The what's his name? The white dude that's with Ted the entire time. The defensive coach.
Beard.
Coach Beard. He's really funny too.
Yeah, because he just has the beard.
Yeah. He's got responses that's like great one-liners throughout the show, which is fine.
What did you say Rojas's first name was?
I thought it was
He said
Juan.
Miguel. He thought Juan.
Danny.
Fuck. I just
Danny
hit him with the
Rojas.
stereotypes. Yeah. Football is life.
Danny Rojas.
It's great.
Football is life.
Yeah.
They showed him for like 2 minutes. When he hurt his ankle, I was so sad.
Yeah, I was like,
play football now.
Yeah, and it was life. Like
Yeah.
I get. Yeah, I'm definitely with him.
I did like that it wasn't just. I like that the season wasn't just like a feel good season. Like not everything just works out. You know, I like that they kind of like they really left you hanging up until the very last moment.
Yeah.
You know, and then they definitely it wasn't like a cliffhanger, but it was enough that you're like, no, bitch, I need more. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why is there not more out here?
Like this, like when I finished it, I knew it just finished ending. Like that, I watched it like a couple weeks after like the final episode aired, and I finished it. I'm like, oh, when's the next season coming out? Thinking it's like in a couple weeks, and I'm like, oh, this just finished airing. Well,
they have seasons 2 and 3 already planned.
I bet. I'm sure that when Apple saw the whole, I'm sure comes before they order another season. I'm sure they see the season beforehand. They were like, yeah, get us like 2 or 3 more of these, my guy. Keep them coming.
Skippy says it was a legit show. It had a lot of comedy, but that wasn't the focal point. Great story, great characters. Every character, save her ex-husband, has a great redemption arc. I'm still waiting sort of on Jamie's redemption. Like Jamie sort of had a redemption arc, but he's still like pissed off at Ted because he thinks that he's the reason he's back with Manchester rather than playing for Richmond.
Richmond.
You know.
Well,
and
they showed him that melt off when he gives him the card at the end of the game.
and he reads it.
Yeah. But I think that's also like a play on the like you saw at the very end where the dad is like beating the shit out of him, telling him he's trash, he's worthless because he passed the ball. Yeah. And then like, Ted recognized like he wanted him to be a better player by being a team player and was like, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. Great job.
Yeah.
And it was, you could tell that throughout that he was growing, and it's fantastic to see the growth of everybody, like especially Kent. Roy Kent, I think he went through the biggest change because he went from this like, what the fuck are you guys doing to an actual leader, know? And they were talking about at the very end where he was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like if I can't play, what am I supposed to do? And I'm like, coach, like you would be a great coach. Yep. You would be somebody that the team listens to. You already know how the game works. You could be there as somebody that like comes up with strategies and all this other stuff. And I'm excited to see what they actually do with him because like he did actually get hurt at the very end of the game. Not to mention they were talking about how slow he was, and then he fucking catches Jamie and is like, "Nah, bitch, get the fuck out of here."
It took like literally all his energy to do that, but he still did it.
So
it was great.
Yeah, I mean everything. Like, I don't think there was a bad thing about this show. Like, I don't know that I have any complaints whatsoever, other than I
There's no
really
more
want to
episodes.
stab. Well, that too, but I really want to stab the ex-husband to
Oh yeah,
what's her name? The boss lady.
yeah. I forget the boss lady's name, but the boss lady.
I gotta find out.
That's fine. I can
Rebecca
close it.
Welton.
Rebecca,
Yeah.
yes.
Like,
Yeah, like he's playing his part well. Like he is like legit. If I see him in the streets, I need to remember he's an actor.
yeah, you know, he's definitely one of those that, like we were talking about, where like you play a part so well that people actually hate you type thing. Because it's not so much that he just broke her down over the years that she started doing this to kind of try and ruin him. It's he knows exactly what to say, how to say it, and what to do to still just mentally destroy her. Like when he came in and told her that they were having a kid, and he was like, just wasn't with the right person. I was like, holy
I was
shit.
like, swing at him. There's
Yes.
nobody in the room. Swing at him.
I thought they were going to use him as like a breaking point for Ted, where he's actually just going to like swing at someone.
And then they didn't. I was waiting for a chance to talk about this because he tried doing that shit at Ted at the bar with the competition
With
of
the
throwing darts.
yes.
And then one of the greatest monologues that he had, just the story he told as he was playing. I'm like, get it, Ted Lasso, fucking get it.
I think I loved that, but I think my favorite part was when he's like throwing, and he was like, wait, I'm sorry, I'm left-handed, and then just throws a bullseye.
Yeah.
And you could just see the look on Mr. Welton's face go like, shit.
Yeah.
This might actually be a challenge, or I might actually lose.
Yep.
You know?
That's what he fucking gets.
So
the way Keeley talked about Rebecca is me as I was watching. We just basically hitting on her to the point of wanting to do some lesbian.
yes.
Yeah.
When she asked
Pretty much.
when she asked for the nude photo of her, and she's like, I can't stop staring at your tits. Like, I'm like a fucking teenage boy over here. And I'm like, yes, like she needs a feel good, like,
yeah,
you know,
like a
booster.
sister or something. Yeah, like someone to boost her self-esteem.
And like, I really loved the whole when Ted was talking about her in the black dress, and then Keeley talking about her in the black dress. Like,
yeah.
I like, even though I knew she was trying to destroy everything, it's one of those that you're like, I can see what you're trying to do, and I really hope that the people around you realize are supporting you and are there for you, and that you're not actually alone. And they did. They just, like, everything about it was awesome. Also, I really want him to hook up with the
boss
what's
lady?
her name again? No, the friend.
Oh, her sister. Was it her sister?
No,
it was
not her
friend.
sister.
It was a friend. It was
her
a friend.
best friend.
Yeah.
Can't remember her name.
I don't remember her name. And they went
The one that
into
calls her Stinky all the time.
Yeah.
Sassy.
I wanted Rebecca and Ted to hook up just because I like looking at Rebecca.
Okay. So anyone with Rebecca, basically what you're saying.
No, they have to matter.
Oh, okay.
Like
well, even
that
Ted
one
had
guy,
a family issue that came in, I think, halfway through the season with his family coming over, which I thought was a great episode as well.
Mm-hmm.
It shows...
The fucking part where he had the anxiety attack, that episode?
Oh, that was rough.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really rough. That's, I think, at the karaoke, right? And then he had to step out? Yeah. Really good. Yeah, his performance as Ted is... He disappears into that character. Like, I've seen him in other movies. I forgot his name already.
Jason Sudeikis?
Jason Sudeikis. I've seen him in other movies. I've seen him in, was it Matt TV or SNL?
SNL.
It was SNL he was in, right. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff, and he is... The way Bill Hader's in Barry is the same way as Jason Sudeikis is in this. Like, they just disappear into that, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
go
ahead.
A lot of these comedians... I think I've said it before. I think comedians would be really good drama actors because comedy and like drama are kind of very
they're hand
similar.
in hand.
Yeah, and I haven't finished Ozark. I haven't watched it in months, but what's his name? Bateman. You know how he's always him in another role. This is like it's him, but and then they sprinkled in like
some more.
Like yeah.
It's good. I haven't started Ozark, but I do have it on my watch list. I've heard some great things. There's some good
I've been watching
performances.
Narcos.
I also have that as well. I heard those some fantastic performances in Narcos.
The Mandalorian's in it.
As a major
Oh.
role, or is he like it just shows up? Oh, major. Okay,
role. He's one of the cops.
nice.
I'm pretty sure Jason Sudeikis is currently dating Olivia Wilde. I think this is the story. But he was
I thought
like-
Olivia Wilde was with Harry Styles.
He's
I
with someone
thought-
else. Jason Sudeikis is someone else.
Yeah, I think Harry Styles is with Olivia Wilde.
Well, they were dating for a little while.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure it was them. Pretty sure this is them. But Jason Sudeikis walked up to her in the middle of a club and said, "I don't know what you're looking for, but it's not here." And it intrigued her enough to start like dating him.
Noted. If for some reason Diana passes away or something, like I'm the next person, I'm gonna ask that. I'm gonna say that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So definitely highly, highly, highly recommend Ted Lasso. Have the liquor on standby for when you finish that last episode and you're like, fuck, where's the next episode?
Yeah. Or to celebrate and like just to celebrate a good fucking season and get the list because God, that was solid.
The part when I really loved how they incorporated Nate into the team and how he like everybody picks on it. Well, not everybody, but the bunch of people
Nate,
pick on
that's
him.
his name. Sorry.
Nate?
We mentioned him earlier and I don't remember his name. Go ahead.
Yeah, Nate. I like how like in the very beginning he's like, he's like jokes, but is kind of serious. Skippy says Queen Elizabeth is single. Go use the line on her.
I'm good.
But like Nate jokes around, but is like serious, but isn't really serious, and then isn't really sure how to react to things. And it's like, you remembered my name? Well, yeah. Nobody remembers my name.
And you're
You
like,
know?
what? That's really sad. Like,
But the scene where he's like telling everybody their problems that he's been seeing,
mhm.
where he's and he starts like picking on he literally roasts everybody,
Yep.
and it's like, yes,
Gain
like
some power.
yes, get it
Yeah.
in there.
He's useful. He's been watching them play for who knows how long. Like he will definitely know what their weaknesses are. So let's use it. I thought it was yeah, I agree with you. Fantastic. And it's one of those great shows that they don't waste frames. Like everything that they show, it's for a reason. It comes back later, or it's something that they reuse. It's not like slow motion for no fucking reason. Like it's efficient. That's some great. It's great.
I don't think there was even a scene where I'm like, why the fuck did they show that? We
Yep.
didn't need this. Like everything had a point, and even if it didn't really have a point, it was just enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
So definitely upset that there's only one season. I don't know if I've
Mhm.
said that yet, but
We're gonna
definitely
keep
upset
saying
there's
that.
only one season.
So
Oh.
yeah, that sounds like it's a definite recommend. So we're 3 for 3 here.
I know he hates it.
Let's get it. Everyone go watch Ted Lasso immediately. It's fantastic.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe if you don't want to feel the dread that we feel, space it out. Watch one episode a week. Pretend it's airing every,
That's a challenge. Try to watch one episode a day.
Yeah.
Try.
Just one. And if you're like, oh, I gotta watch the next episode, and you hit play, you fail the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. Oof.
Yeah.
Good.
It was awesome.
All right. Well then, Brian, let's take the reins here real quick and talk about a very popular anime that's been airing this year and last year. I guess the season's over. Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah. So he's the highlight for me. But anyway, I don't even know how to start up this. So it's a story about a world that demons and stuff exist and only certain people can see it, or am I incorrect in that?
Some people, not everyone can see them.
And these are jujutsu masters, whatever, that can see it. Sorcerers that take care of the issue at hand. If it's some sort of demon possession, if it's haunting a school, like demon hunters, I guess.
They exorcise demons.
Do
Sure.
you guys know the demon hunters like to hunt demons?
No, they don't do that. They are the demon hunting.
So real quick, when
Go for
when
it.
Diablo 3 was being announced and they were talking about the different characters,
Yeah.
they talked about the Demon Hunter, and it was like a 15-minute video on the Demon Hunter, and I think 376 times in some form, the guy broke it down to demon hunters like to hunt demons in various different ways. Like, demon hunters' favorite things is to hunt demons. Hunting demons is the demon hunter's favorite thing to do. Demon hunters like hunting demons. Like, that is what the whole fucking video was about.
Was he late? Did someone lace his drink?
I have no idea, but it literally was like 10, 15 minutes of
Hunt the
him.
demons. Demons love
Yes.
to hunt demons.
Like, I can't find the original one, but it was fucking hilarious. Adam and I were sitting there and watching it, going, "Hey, did you know the demon hunters like hunt demons?"
That's so bad. He must have been either super nervous or like he didn't have much to say on
Oh,
the
this is a script.
situation.
It's Blizzard. It's a script. Like, it's already been like typed out. It's not like this guy's just winging it off of the fucking cuff of his collar or whatever.
Oh, this
like,
wasn't
he's
like a
literally
live presentation. It was just like a
No, it was a record. Like, this is like something they recorded, and this
That's bad.
somebody in the studio with the Shakira thing. Like, they were like, "Yes, that's it. That's what happened."
They're like, all right, moving along. We're greenlighting this. This is awesome. They got the point down about 1,000 times. Demon hunters love to hunt demons. Let's get it. Move on. No, I'd be like, please send this back. That's wow. Also, the exercise demons, like Brian says, it has very throughout the series, it has very like modern Naruto vibes with, hey, 3-man squad. There's like a person teaching them from that squad. They all have their own independent powers. It's pretty cool. There's no Sakura in the team, so that's everyone's lit. Like, all the 3 people in the main team is fucking fire.
So they're all useful, is what
Yeah,
they're saying.
like in very cool ways. And like, so the main characters, I forgot. I don't know the names. I'm bad with the names. I watch because flashy shit.
So Itadori Yuji is the main character.
Is the main dude with pink hair. He has what is it, like an S tier demon or whatever inside of him.
He basically has the Lord of Demons in him, essentially.
Yeah, but he can't. That demon is just inside of him, and he can't take control of his body because obviously the main character is too powerful, whatever the case is. But they're having him eat his fingers that he left behind in real life, and it's giving the devil power within him, get him stronger, like giving him more control, more power, etc. Why they're doing this, I don't remember. They tell me why in the show, but I have clearly deleted that because it
why
just,
they're eating it.
Yeah, he told him why he should do it.
They want to see if he can actually contain the what's it called or something like that.
Right, I guess so. But I've deleted that because I don't know if it's like they don't care to continue that in a way where they don't reiterate a lot. So they said it once, and now I don't remember because they have not talked about it since. Well, they have, but not like, oh, he needs... You know how Naruto gives you like a fucking flashback in the beginning? They say it within the episode, and by the end of the episode, they reiterate it again?
Yeah.
No, they told me that episode 3, I don't remember. They're just like, yeah, he's eating another one. And I'm like, but why again? Cool shit happened on screen. I completely forgot.
You don't know why they're eating fingers?
Nope.
Yeah, to see if he's strong. Like, it's like either he'll get... It's a what's it called? I'm trying to think of the word that explains the situation it's in. Or if you win, like if either the things words, holy fuck, either the spirit, the demon that's in him, either the demon like becomes too strong and they have to exercise him for having the demon in him, or he's strong enough to contain it, and it's a win-win.
Got it. Okay.
That was kind of the whole thing.
So, like,
did you guys know the demon hunters like to hunt demons?
I didn't know that. I'm gonna see if I can go become a demon hunter and not hunt demons, if that's allowed. So that's basically what they're doing. They're hunting demons. So it becomes not formulaic, but it's like, oh, what's happening in this episode kind of thing. Like, they'll have like, it's not fillers because there's still like lore and stuff for each of the characters. Like, they'll have a mission with just one of the characters, and they're doing his thing, and you learn about their powers, their sorcery, like their magic and stuff, what they're able to do. and a little bit of their backstory, so you get to learn characters that way. Then they're thrown into I've been here, Lamau. Hi, what's up, Johan? I'm like, what? What was I talking about? Then they're thrown up against each other because there's like an academy of some sort that teaches kids how to, not kids, like teenagers and stuff, how to be better at the sorcery thing. So of course, halfway through it, they start putting classes against each other. So you get to see a bunch of other characters and what they're able to do, and that gets exciting because you're like, is that a fucking bear? Yeah, and that bear has a special ability. There's a person that can't speak to you because if he does, he's gonna hit you. He basically you do what he tells you. So
he covers his mouth with something as like a curse, so he only says ingredients for a certain meal.
Yeah,
because if he takes it off, if you were like right now, Kelsey, if he unzipped his mouth and he went shit yourself, and you heard him, if you're weaker than him, you'll shit yourself.
Yeah,
that just sounds awesome.
So then there's a few episodes of like going up against that, and how do you navigate that? What's the counter for that? It's pretty good stuff. So animation wise, the fight scenes are fantastic. Like it's not a lot of like Dragon Ball type of fight, old Dragon Ball type of fight. Cause I saw Super, and Super actually got that. Javi in the chat, what's up? It's like one of those like the same frame kind of fights where they don't just like cut between them like and then they cut to the other person getting hit or shit. It's like fluid animation fights. The magic in it are really cool because some of them literally just throw nails at you, but when you see that nail connect, you're like, that fucker got, or a punch or a kick. There's evasive moves that get fully animated, so they'll like jump and like spin around or like twirl away from a incoming punch or projectile, and then come in and like slide low kick, and they're really cool to watch. Voice acting, it's in Jap. I mean, if it's, I don't know how to judge Japanese voice acting because I just read, and hopefully the yelling can portray the emotions. Character designs are, I guess, pretty good. Most of the time they're in like school outfits because they're learning, obviously. But for the most part, everyone's pretty much distinct, and you can tell who's who, especially when there's a bear.
But does anybody say Jojo?
You mean Jotaro?
They don't say that, but someone's name, they go Todo.
Yeah, todo. Which in Spanish means everything. Which is one of the funniest things. That character right there is a really strong comedic of like relief, because his way of judging a man is what type of women he's into. And that, just like a conversation about that, I'm not going to spoil because it's really funny. Go for it.
In what's it called? Fairy Tale. One of the characters, I think, is named Juvia.
Oh, that's Rain.
Do they do water? Do they do water stuff?
She's a water chick. She's like literally made of water. That's like her power.
Then it'd be weird if she wasn't called Juvia or Juvia. That's good. I haven't read
the biggest
Fairy Tale in a while.
About Jujutsu Kaisen is we finished the first season. There's no character I hate. Everyone is so fucking cool.
Yeah, I can see that.
Most of me watching was like, I think he's my favorite. Then someone pulls out a gun. I don't know. And then there's someone works their body a certain way. I don't know. Plot twist, this is his actual ability. I don't know. The actions is that fun to watch because there's a lot of CQC stuff. There's kicks that you like shit. You feel that through the fucking TV because they like dent in a fucking cement wall or something, or they hit someone so hard you see like their spine break because it was such a gut punch, and you're like, damn, they got people getting hit out here,
So is this you said this is a TV series, right?
Yeah.
How many seasons do they have out? Just the one?
Just one, because it started airing this late last year, I think.
Yeah, it premiered October 3rd.
Yeah. So I mean, we've had a fun time. Me and Brian and Jenna were watching it, and it's a really good time. It's just it has a good modern style to it, like from what people are wearing, the outro to the first half, because they split into half. Like the first half ended in December, and then they picked it up again sometime in February, Brian, or something.
I don't remember. Apparently, I learned when I was watching ReZero that those like subsection, those arcs are called cores. So the first core had a certain
Oh,
outro.
okay. So the first core of Jujutsu Kaisen, that outro music, fucking fire. I think it's called Lost in Paradise. It's on Spotify if you guys want to listen to it. It's that
Slaps.
when that end credit scene comes up, you're like, not end credit scene. The credits itself come up. I'm like, shit, I gotta wait for the next season. But then they'll leave you with that music. That music, I'm like, lit. I'm already dancing. You know, it's good stuff. So yeah, I mean, I recommend it.
Gorgeous.
Animation looks great. Fighting is good. Characters
You guys
all
watch
good.
You guys watch it subbed or dubbed?
There's a dub.
Subbed.
I don't know if there's a dub.
Oh, okay, I'm like, why did I watch it in sub?
No,
because it's probably better.
Okay, but it's subbed. We watched it subbed. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of likable characters. You'll find someone you like. You'll gravitate to multiple that you like. Because everyone's got their own style and stuff. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically the feeling that I had when near the end of Demon Slayer. No spoilers, obviously, but you introduced to a plethora of characters, and just upon the designs of the characters, I'm like, I gotta see what these people can do. You know, they have different swords, different looks, like different aggress. Like I'm like, please.
Demon Slayer's up there too, where like the cast is like your characters, not necessarily the voice acting wasn't bad, but I mean like just the characters themselves, or a lot of them were up there. I don't remember hating anyone
because they're really cool, bro. Anyway, so that's Jujutsu. I recommend it. But then again, I'm not a person who watches a lot of anime. I can put that disclaimer up. So like, I don't watch a ton of it, but so this might be like low class in comparison to other people who like watch it all the time, but it's dope.
I have to go through and look at all of the animes that I've watched and see which ones I've like watched in English and gone, every character for this anime is perfect in English.
Maybe 4. Let me see. I'll probably name them for you. Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, Trigun,
yeah.
Outlaw Star.
Yeah.
That's 4 already, so I lied myself.
Dragon Ball?
No, Dragon Ball, because you grew up with watching it on Toonami, so you got used to the voices.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. I actually like most. I think I like basically everybody. Yu Hakusho.
Good. Yes, that's true.
Let me pull it down.
Yu Hakusho is definitely a good one. Did you watch Rurouni Kenshin?
Rurouni Kenshin, absolutely fucking fantastic.
What about Inuyasha?
Oh,
Inuyasha.
Do you like that?
Great. One? They actually did really good for the.
That's already. I went a lot more. I doubled my. By the way, I predicted.
You missed the most important one.
Which one?
Samurai Champloo.
Samurai Champloo.
It's not the most important, but I had to say it.
Javi and the Chesses that I mentioned, Full Metal. Yeah, that was like my second one. Full Metal, definitely.
This is gonna date me a little bit, but I used to watch Sailor Moon as a child.
I watched it. I watched it because I had no other option. Like I got home before Dragon Ball started, and it aired right before Dragon Ball. So I'm like, fuck. I guess I'm watching Sailor Moon.
That one's great.
Did you like the voices in Gundam Wing?
Gundam Wings, another one for me. I enjoyed Gundam Wing in English because
like how silly duo sounds.
You guys, Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell.
I saw that in English as well.
Standalone Complex was amazing.
But then again, did a good job.
I don't remember Soul Eater because you guys know what I have to say about that. So
I remember Black Star and Excalibur always calling people fools.
Yeah.
And Ichigo's voice is the girl's Scythe.
Yes.
Yeah. So actually quite a few.
What about Bleach?
I saw Bleach in English as well.
Bleach was good.
The sub is way better.
No. Bleach, most of the characters were great.
Yeah.
There were a couple that you're like, no. Like, just no. Like, I think it was Urahara. Yeah. So I think it was his in English that I didn't really care for. Like I caught a clip or something and his was like, I don't know who this is, but this person is terrible. And same thing with the red-haired guy.
Ryu. I can see his face. The guy with the tattooed and the Vegeta hairline.
Yeah, and then his Obi Mashru or whatever the fuck it is, the giant like the sword that turns into a chain like Ivy. I did not care for his English voice actor either. There were a couple people that I just like it did not feel like it fit. That and watching it in Japanese when you hear
Chad.
who's Chad, yeah. When anything Chad said was
Yeah.
like
El Directo.
yes.
The bass was. I didn't have a subwoofer, but I felt the
El
bass.
brazo del diablo.
Yeah, you're like
Him, and no one says Bankai better than Rukia's brother.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Byakuro, and he just goes Bankai.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I don't even like him, but fuck them up, bro.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. So there's definitely a bunch. Now that I thought it was gonna be only 4, and then we started naming, and I'm like, oh, there's more than 4, bro. There's a lot of good, especially since it was like nostalgic. So I don't remember. I watched anime dubbed before I watched it subbed, so I guess that's probably why I'm more comfortable with it.
Keep those eyes open.
Keep those eyes open.
Yeah, I'm thinking of all the ones that we watched. Like most of them came from either Toonami or
Or
Adult Swim.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where they put a Gundam Wing a lot, and Inuyasha.
Did you watch Big O?
I watched Big O dubbed as well because I was on Toonami as well.
Big O was awesome. I feel like there was another one on Toonami, or not on Toonami, but on
Maybe
Adult Swim that I used to watch that I cannot think of the name of.
Aqua Teen.
I did not care for Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh.
That show was garbage.
I don't kind of classify that as Japanese anime though. That's American.
It's not. I just wanted to say that because you said Adult Swim.
Oh, okay. I think it's
I
American.
mean, I used to watch Street Sharks and SWAT Cats. You know, those were awesome.
You showed us SWAT Cats. I don't remember Street Sharks.
Gargoyles. So apparently, I found out an interesting thing about Gargoyles. Did you guys ever watch the Gargoyles show?
Yeah.
Just episode, not like in its entirety, just random episodes that were airing. Like
so that apparently was like starting during the O.J. Simpson trial.
Oh.
And they apparently had like a ton of new seasons and things lined up, but the show wasn't popular because O.J.'s trial started just every day just before it started airing. And so people were watching the trial instead of watching Gargoyles. And so they only ended up coming out with like a couple of seasons.
Because they weren't getting the viewership.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
They only have 3 seasons, but I think they had like 8 total lined up.
Leave it to OJ to fuck up Gargoyles for everyone. Jeez. Would you consider Yu-Gi-Oh! Japanese anime? Is it Japanese?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or is it made here?
Is it Japanese?
I don't.
They have a Japanese version to it. I don't know. Like, now that you guys put me on the spot like that.
My bad. But I mean,
That's what we're here for.
I watched that in dub.
What about Naruto?
And Pokemon. Isn't Pokemon Japanese anime or no?
I guess.
I don't know. I watched that dubbed.
I mean, yeah, Pokemon and Digimon were both actually pretty decent.
They did a reboot for Digimon. I don't know if you guys knew that or have been watching it.
I did not. Like the day one reboot. Like this is now the new canon.
This is the new canon. People, 2 friends of mine who were big on Digimon are saying this is fucking amazing.
Oh,
interesting.
Okay.
I really got into it. It was one of those things that like it was on TV just before I left. I watched Saved by the Bell and then Digimon, and then I left for the bus, and that was what happened. I'm trying to think with Naruto. I feel like I watched a good majority of it in Japanese and only a couple of episodes in English. And I don't think I cared for some of I don't think Jiraiya's voice fit in English. I vaguely remember like hearing him talk, and it just didn't have that like robust thunder that they have in Japanese, and it just didn't feel as good.
I think I saw Naruto in dub, and then when Shippuden came out, it was subbed for me because that was the only thing available at the time. And I just finished.
I think like
catching up with
halfway
some
through
sub.
base Naruto, I think it went subbed, and I didn't miss the voices. Like everyone just felt like they phoned it, or like they read their stuff with a voice in English.
How did we get on this? Oh, because you asked if Jujutsu was in dub. That's right. No, it's in sub. Unless I'm missing something, it should just still be in sub. Because
when you pick up JoJo, because that's by law you have to watch this, Kelsey, or lose my number. Don't even be like, oh, what's it like in English? Don't do that.
I don't know.
I was like, you know what? Let me start it in English.
Okay.
Within the first scene, I switched the languages.
I did that with not that exact order, but with No Game No Life. I watched the whole thing in subbed, and then I was like, I really like this show, and it's one of those that I like. One Punch Man in the same way. Like I like watch it just to like fall asleep to, or something that I'm like happy to go back and watch and see if I notice anything new. And I watched it. I watched the very first like maybe 3 minutes, maybe, of it in English, and was like, nope, we're done. I'm out. We're out of here. This is garbage.
Gotcha. No, I'm on the opposite with Brian on JoJo. I watched like the first part in English and fucking loved it because it's as over the voice acting is over the top as what the characters are and what the fucking story is. So when I hear Ario Speedway, I can go Jonathan Joestar. I'm like, I'm all in. Like it's
Like
it's
1920
yeah,
19.
because they sounded like from the time period. So I'm like, oh, I'm in it. They're giving it the effort to sound like that. And then they're like, no, it's funnier if it's Japanese. And I'm like, okay. And then I watch it in Japanese. Jotaro. Deal. It's great. Giorno Giovanna. Yeah, like it.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
I definitely
Yeah.
do. I think you'll have a fun time with it.
So I should watch this over
Nope.
Wait,
No.
Brian, wait. Over
I
what?
already knew who was gonna say.
JoJo.
JoJo.
Oh no, I have a personal bias on JoJo Part 5. Like I love Golden Wind. So like if you haven't seen Part 5, go watch it. I love it so much. So like I can't recommend that. I can't recommend watching this over JoJo Part 5. All right.
I'll add it to the list of JoJo.
I tell you that. What the fuck? I just heard what you said.
How long
Just
is
know
fun
when
that
watch
you get to it?
JoJo, it has that Game of Thrones feel where your main character doesn't matter. If you're dead, if they want you dead, you die. It doesn't matter if you're the main character.
Yeah.
If you're a rich character, it doesn't matter.
I told you about my neighbor's daughter watching Attack on Titan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
like
mentioned-
crying throughout most of it, and the mom was like, "Is everything okay in here?"
Yeah.
She don't know. That the mom doesn't know. I think I've seen
She doesn't.
I think I saw a TikTok of a kid told the mom to watch Naruto and recorded her secretly watching Jiraiya die, and she was just bawling. The mom was, and I'm like, yep, that's about it. I guess spoilers for Naruto, but that's like a 7-year-old fucking show. So go if you haven't watched it, I'm sorry.
They've already got his kid with his own show. Like,
Yeah, and there are already 100 something episodes in it. So like,
I've heard only negative things about Boruto.
I heard the opposite. I keep hearing it starts off slow and it just gets awesome. But I'm like, I'm not gonna sink 100 episodes into another shonen thing, man.
like I want to, because I really enjoyed Shippuden,
Yeah,
and like I really want to see like him advance even more, and like be running the place and everything. But I know that it's not going to be a focus on him
Mm-mm.
anymore, and it's like I don't really give a fuck about his kid. Like, don't get me wrong, his kid's gonna be cool because he's got his basically his moves, and then
He's got the one
Hinata's
jutsu
eye.
that matters.
know.
He's got sexy jutsu built in. You know?
But at the same time, I'm like, I watched Naruto
Yeah.
every single episode. I
Mhm.
watched every single episode of Shippuden, and like you grow up getting attached to this character, and he's finally like accepted by everybody. He's fucking running the show. He's one of the strongest people out there, and it's like, no, we're gonna focus on his fucking kid. No, fuck
Yeah.
that dude. Like nobody gives a shit about him.
But this
He's
is why
boring
Naruto fucked
to-
up. This is why Naruto's two-faced. You ready?
What? Oh,
He
okay.
always complained like I didn't have friends, and he's always on that swing set, right?
Yeah.
Now that everybody loves him, do you see him back at the swing set? He left it by itself.
No, we're gonna call PETA for that, bro.
Yeah, fuck Naruto, bro.
Okay. Fuck Naruto. That's the energy we at. I'm gonna keep going with you, bro. Fuck Naruto, bro.
It's fucking Naruto, dude.
Gotcha. All right.
Fuck
Okay.
Goku.
Kid Goku. You still with the Kid Goku? When's the last time you played?
I can tell you right now if I load up Steam.
Okay. Well, while you do that, I I guess we can go with Kelsey here because I read a little bit of the comic books. I want to see how the TV show's going. Invincible.
Oh, for Invincible.
Yeah, I read like the first volume of Invincible, so that's all I have
So
in it. I haven't seen the show either.
he's called Invincible, and every episode that he gets into a fight, he's bleeding, bloodied, or fucked up so bad that he's like limping home. Okay.
In March is when I played it. March 27th. Last time I played it.
Okay.
But if you want to talk about the God cast for voice actors,
Oh, here we
this
go.
is it. Like
Who got
Steven-
DiMaggio?
Stephen Yoon, Sandra Oh, J.K. Simmons, Zazie Beetz, Gray Griffin, Walton Goggins. And if you don't know who that is, it's
You're talking about
Memento.
you're talking about Okay, you're talking about actors.
Voice actors, yeah.
But when you say voice actors, the people that come to mind aren't those people. When you say the
Yeah.
gods of voice actors, I'm thinking old schooler like DiMaggio, the guy who voiced like 20 of the Futurama characters, like Maurice, the guy who does, I think it's Phil Lamar. Like that's what I'm thinking that comes up. But you just meant like top. You just meant top tier actors.
I mean, they've got Mark Hamill, Clancy Brown, and Seth Rogen in here. I thought they had.
That's just me. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying when you said voice actors, those are the people that came out. Like old.
Yeah.
voice
Fred's in this bitch. Saren's voice is in this.
Oh, Fred
Tatasciore, I don't pronounce the last name.
Last name is difficult. Yeah, it starts with a T.
They got Jillian. Like, there's a massive cast in this.
Let's get
like,
it. That's good.
Okay, so maybe not voice acting gods, but like people that you would recognize.
I know what you meant, like
from
household names.
Yes.
Gotcha.
They got a ton of people in here, and all of them are just absolutely fantastic.
That's good.
It starts off like the first episode, because they're like 45 minutes long each.
Oh,
the first episode is the first half of it is a little slow because it's like talking about him getting his powers and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And they're like worried he's not going to. And then the second half of the episode, just fucking blood, guts, and gore and death everywhere.
Yep.
It is awesome. This is not the faint of heart. Like, this show, nobody is safe.
Mahershala Ali's in this.
Nice.
That's the dude that was Cottonmouth and Luke Cage, and now gonna be Blade.
He was also nominated for Moonlight.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
movie.
that happened.
That's a really big thing. That's where you were gonna go for, but I think he was not.
I forgot because I liked the first half of the movie.
Gotcha. That's fair.
Is this, Kelsey? Do you know if this is like at the beginning, or is this like you had to read the comics and then this is a story within it?
I think it's at the beginning, but I haven't read the comics. So do you know what happened in the first couple of episodes?
So the second half of that show, so the first, what you're saying is the first is like how do he get his powers? Where does this start after? You said the second half goes crazy. Where does that start? What's happening?
Omni-Man and the rest of the like Guardian squad or whatever it is, meet up in their secret lair.
Is there a fight that happens afterwards, after the meeting? Does it flash back to a fight between Invincible and somebody from the group? Or no? Maybe not.
No. So like it starts, if I remember correctly, it starts off, so the first part of it is him talking about wondering if he's getting his powers, when they're going to actually show up. And then it shows the twins, or these blue twins, attacking the White House, and then the Justice League shows up, because it basically is the fucking Justice League.
Yeah.
You know, they have Wonder Woman, they have Batman, they have Aquaman, they have they have a Superman, and then they have what's his name? The guy who shapeshifts.
Martian Manhunter.
And I think he's split into like two different people for the most part, but it's basically, and then there's the Flash. You know, it's basically the Justice League as the guardians of whatever it is. And you know, it shows them like helping out, and then Omni-Man shows up, who is played by J.K. Simmons, which is fantastic because I love J.K. Simmons. I think he is one of the greatest actors ever.
He's fantastic.
Is this character the guy that looks like Tom Selleck?
Yes.
Okay.
That's his dad.
And his voice is perfect for it and everything. And then after that, like he gets his powers, they start talking, and then Omni-Man goes to visit the Guardians. I don't want to like spoil things.
Well, because I'm asking, because it starts off with the betrayals of a heart. There's plans happening in the back end. That's how the story starts.
So I think it's okay. So I think it starts from the beginning of the comics.
Then that makes sense because there's bullshittery being planned.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
And like
he talks with like
there
his dad
are a
lot
lot of
like there's supposed to be like a heavy conversation with his dad earlier on. Did he have that conversation with his dad?
Talking about where he comes from?
Okay, now I might spoil something. So the heavy plans like somehow slip, and then now he decides to have a conversation with his dad.
No.
Okay, so don't worry about it. Move on. Like, I don't want to spoil. I don't know what they're going to be showing for this season, so.
I think I know what you're talking about, but it
hasn't slipped.
Didn't come across that way.
Okay.
Like there's like an investigation going on.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of like random shit not random shit, but there's a whole bunch of like just shit happening. Like things.
There's like power play moves. There's political things.
Oh
happening.
Yes, like
Okay.
People are like showing their true colors. There's backhandedness. There's front-handedness. There's left-handed and right-handedness. Like it's just insane what is going on just in this first season.
So they might be just going from beginning to end and just animating it. Okay, that's cool. That sounds good. That means they're sticking with
you may have to message me afterwards. Just tell me what it is that you're talking about.
Okay.
Because I want to at least like if you know the first part of it, then we could just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to like spoil it for anybody. But I definitely like highly recommend anybody who likes like superhero movies, especially if it gets gory and that there's nobody who's really safe type thing. Like there's definitely loss. There's definitely people getting hurt, injured, like not being able to do things anymore.
I know there are different types of shows. Like one's live action, one's cartoon, but compared to The Boys, who do you think does grittier superhero stuff more? At least that you find entertaining more?
Ooh.
Invincible.
That's going to be a tough one.
Not for me, it's Invincible.
You haven't even
seen it. I think I'd have to go.
I don't have to see it. I know if it's going with the comic book stuff, I only read one volume, and the one volume has a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of the the goriest scene in The Boys was the head popping thing.
Yeah.
And then like the girl getting run through at the very beginning, but it's never really like
slow and deliberate to make you feel uneasy.
Yes.
Whereas has that.
Yeah, the Invincible definitely has more of like an in the moment. You get to see it, you get to feel it type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like your bystanders are getting slaughtered. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like highly recommend going and watching this if you like the action hero, stuff, especially with there's like a lot of shady shit going down. I have some thoughts and I'd really love to talk to you about it, Anthony.
Yeah.
At some point, but it is definitely a really cool series so far. I think there's only 5 episodes out currently, and they have 8 episodes planned for this first season. And they will be finishing up, I think, either this month or next.
Okay.
So last episode airs April 30th.
I guess that makes sense. I was going to say that 8 was such a small amount of episodes, but then you said they're like an hour long, which makes sense now.
They pack a ton of stuff.
Yeah. So you're probably getting a lot of content per episode.
Yes. There is a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. Good. All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure that it was still that they didn't shit on it, because from what I read, it was starting off really cool. I just never got back to it.
So Pimento from Brooklyn Nine-Nine plays one of the characters, and plays exactly who you'd think he plays. When you hear his voice and you hear his attitude and things, and you're going, yeah, that's Pimento.
Okay. Nice.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm super excited about it. I may have to go pick up the comics and start reading, if I can.
The whole
I'm
thing
Do
is
you have?
the whole thing is out. So like the series ended with like issue 140 something.
Okay.
So you can probably get the whole set somewhere and just read through it. And there
Full
might be
set?
digital bundles you can buy and you just read through it, or just read it online because it's
Yeah,
Do you
online.
have? Do you have Amazon Prime?
Me?
I do.
I, you can go through. They have comics that are free for whoever has Amazon Prime, so they might have it
Okay.
on there. Like they have a bunch of Civil War things and stuff of that caliber on there. They have House of M and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely like I'm excited for the last couple of episodes. I'm super excited to see if some of my thoughts pan out the way that I think they're going to.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how it goes.
Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. Then let's move on from that to Brian. Let's get our music minute started.
You didn't even write that on yours.
What? Music minute?
Mine, what I put on mine.
Yeah, because I remember I said I was going to listen to the deluxe version before I talked about it, but I mean we could talk. I guess I can just join you in the talk
I
about
mean,
the
I
base.
listened to it.
Oh,
I
you heard the
listened to it
deluxe
'cause
one?
you said, no, I listened to this one because you said next week I'm going to listen to the deluxe. I was like, you
Yeah.
know, at least let me get part of it. And you're just a liar now.
I guess so.
Are you gonna lie straight to his face over the internet?
I have the
He
gall.
can see you.
Yeah, he really can. This isn't
Son of a
photoshopped at
bitch.
all. I didn't Photoshop this tight shirt on me.
I think he's body
Photoshop it
paint
tight
at this
enough.
point.
I can make it tighter. The shirt. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Brian, and talk about Justice Bieber.
Justice Bieber?
Yeah, the album's Justice, and then his name is Bieber.
All right, so boom, right? Now he's the biggest fan of Justin Bieber. Young, prepubescent Justin Bieber, not a fan of.
Uh-huh.
But his newer stuff, I'm okay with. I support this, right? So then I'm like, you know what? I heard that one song with Giveon in it, in Peaches,
Yeah.
slapped.
Yep.
Let me listen to this whole album because Giveon was on that one song and it slapped.
Gotcha.
I don't get the theme that he thought this album had off rip. It's called Justice, and he has clips of Martin Luther King talking within it, and it in no way matches the theme of the songs in the album.
What the hell?
So I'm like, I don't get what
There's
Justice.
There's literally like 3 samples of Martin Luther King talking, and that mentioned justice, and I think that's when he's like, I'm gonna call it Justice.
Yeah, you think Justice? Okay, maybe this is him telling his story. Martin Luther King here, yo, he's about to get woke.
Yep.
Pop song about love. What? So at that point, I'm like, okay, this is just a collection of songs. There's no actual theme to this. Sonically, a lot of it sounds good. It's been popified, so basically overproduced, very compressed,
Absolutely.
so that it fits the loudest things out today and can be played on the radio. So I mean, whoever mixed this, they hit the nail on the horse. There's songs I liked on there. Let me see how many I liked. Overall,
3.
though. Oh, you say 3? How many do you think, Anthony?
2.
2? Okay.
No,
hold on,
I'm sorry.
hold on.
No, 4.
5.
Fuck.
Yes,
But I win at Jeopardy. Not Jeopardy.
Price is Right.
Price is Right. Thank you. I said Jeopardy. Immediately, I'm like, that's incorrect.
Yeah, there's 16 songs. There's a little less because Martin Luther King stuff. I guess one is just an interlude that, again, has nothing to do with the album. This isn't a thematic body of work. It's just, let me put some filler stuff in and then just a collection of songs. Everything,
Okay.
so like I said, everything sounds how it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember hating any song. I think there's one that I'm like, all right. Like the Khalid one, I know what Khalid's going to sound like. before I even got to, I'm like, okay, this just sounds like phoned in. This is this filler music. Skipped it. Not a fan of Chance the Rapper's voice. He could be a good rapper to some people. He seems entertaining, seems like a smart guy. I can't stand his voice
At all?
at all.
Okay.
For me to like his voice, everything around him has to be fucking amazing for me to be like, you know what? I'll listen to Chance the Rapper here. But I just can't stand his voice.
Okay, that's fair.
I feel like there's another song on here. I was like, stop, but not too many. That being said, I got tired of listening to this, and
Like halfway through or like way earlier?
Maybe earlier than that. And the reason is, like, it's just nothing means anything in this album. Like, this is the kind of pop music that it's music that exists, and it's just music that exists, kind of. And I guess it's just with pop music in general. I'm just tired. I'm burnt out because none of you have seen Carol and Tuesday, so it's hard to make this comparison. It just feels like music that was put into like a formulaic, like something you just algorithm, and then this song came out after you hit enter.
Like
Stay
what
AI
is
generated.
like what would hit the most in general public? This.
Yeah.
Let's make this.
If you guys should watch Carol and Tuesday because they do a good job of symbolizing this, but yeah, it's again it's overproduced poppy for radio stuff, and after a while I'm like, I usually, even if I don't like love a song, I'll listen to it the whole way through normally. With these, once I got to the chorus, once I decided how I felt, I skipped it.
Okay.
Which is rare, but it's just like, again, it's not that it sounds bad. It's just it's just over. It's just too much. Nothing feels genuine in this kind of music and like in the pop stuff that's being released. So just hearing it basically being over compressed, hearing it for 45 minutes, I'm like, all right, verse okay, chorus not for me, skip, and then just went through like the last half of the album like that.
It feels sort of like I don't know if this is the same, but who is the guy that we listened to? I think it was Eric something.
Bellinger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eric Bellinger.
Where like the first couple of songs were like, okay, and then as you listen to more and more of the album, you're like, it's just the same shit with different lyrics. Like there's nothing, he's not doing anything different.
It's more so not just him not doing anything different. It's like this whole genre of music not doing anything different.
I gotcha.
Like
the
R&B made for radio. The R&B that's made for radio. No one's saying anything. And what you're saying, you don't even believe it. That's what it feels like. Like to compare this to a song that slaps beyond belief, fucking I Want You Around by Snow Allegro. Anytime you hear that, she starts singing, you're like, oh shit. Like it takes you somewhere.
Okay.
Whereas this, a lot of it's like, okay, that sounds cool, but not for 45 minutes. Like you ever, I guess, you ever play those kind of games? This is the best way I can explain it, where once you get the gist of it, you're like, okay, and then you move on with your life.
Like not play it ever again?
Yeah, so like, let me see.
It's kind of how I felt about Neo, where it was like, okay, I got it. Say like we did that with
Monster Sanctuary.
What is it?
Monster Sanctuary, that like Metroidvania Pokemon. I was like, oh, this is all cool. It seemed like this is the point of the game. I liked it, and then I uninstalled it.
Same thing with what was the other one that you and I played?
Hero Siege?
Was it Hero Siege?
The one that's like Diablo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Hero Siege.
You might have just said Andromeda.
Oh, the fan game? No, that shouldn't have existed. Like, kudos to the kids who remade Mass Effect 1 and made it bad. Because it's like a college group. That's what they feel like, at least. That's what it felt like. Someone in, not even final project, their first month, I'm going to make a game. And I really like Mass Effect 1.
I think it was
Andromeda.
SGD, right? Or when you make your own first solo thing, it was SGD. What was the class?
I thought he was...
He's hacking right now. I'm not going to bother him because he's going to hack me next. So you know.
Yeah, if you're into that kind of, just throw something on that doesn't mean, like, I don't want to say background music, but if this was playing, there's a good chance I wouldn't know it was playing.
You must
What
have
happened?
that Andromeda feels like it was made by the people who made Ark.
Probably. The game was literally made to be basically a beta for Anthem. Look how that turned out.
Anthem was more of a beta than anything else.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I think that it went from beta to Charlie. You know what I'm saying? I mean Alpha.
I guess.
I fucked that one up.
No,
We'll try
it
again
didn't go
later.
backwards. I don't think it went backwards. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. It sounded the way it should because it's a pop album.
Yeah.
It tried to make a theme, but it didn't try. It threw in things that they thought people wanted to hear. With this Martin Luther King stuff and justice, you would if this was supposed to have any impact, you think they'd make an album that sounds like the interludes or that fits the same theme. Not
I can see
saying
that.
random shit. Hey, Justice Martin Luther King. I get my peaches out in Georgia. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Yeah. Slaps. Again, some of these tracks by itself without the neighbors of tracks that are on there, great. Like Peaches sounds great. What is that? I enjoyed the first track on there because it wasn't like a pop
Too
thing. It was
much.
just Too Much I enjoyed.
Yeah,
Holy I like.
songwriter to an extent. Holy, no, I'm good.
I know you don't like
Chance
Chance,
Rapper's on there.
but I liked Holy because that's the song that comes on while I'm at the work, like at the gym, and it comes between sets. I'm like, let's get it. You know,
The five
start
that I
sing
liked were Too Much, Deserve You, Peaches, Love You Different, and Loved by You. I think 2 or 3 of these are because they threw dance hall at me.
No, I don't think I know because when it hit, I'm like, man, I love this because it's just
Like,
it's a straight and narrow dance hall track, and his vocals aren't like destroying the song. So
with how cookie cutter these songs are, 16 songs, no, you should have been like 8 to 10.
Even then, it's still kind of too much. The tracks that we
Yeah.
liked could have been a separate project, like a small EP, and then 1 or 2 of the other ones would make another EP.
Yeah. So if I liked 5, 1 or 2, that's around 7. That's one under I said, so I'm gonna change my answer to 7 to 10 would have been fine.
But I mean, like Brian was saying, it's such cookie cutter that I can't say it's trash. Like it's pop and it's playing on the radio. You're gonna know the lyrics. You're gonna sing along. Like Peaches comes on, you're gonna sing. Holy's gonna come on, you're gonna sing. Not Brian, obviously, but it does what
I'm not.
It serves its purpose. I think.
Yeah, like it did what they set out to do.
Yeah.
This album is set play.
It's what?
So
I don't know
an
that term.
archetype of set play in fighting games is an archetype of character who their whole game plan is flowchart. So the best example is Ibuki. She gets in, she does something, either hard knockdown or she resets you, goes for reset. When she hits that, same thing into reset. And like it's very flow. Abel in Street Fighter 4.
Oh, got
I'm
it.
gonna step kick, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna throw you, and then
back up,
do
and
the
then
same
you do it
game
again.
plan. Yeah.
Okay, I get that. Okay, I don't know. There was a term just called set play. That's weird. I thought it was just the flow chart thing. I know they have
basically the same thing.
Okay. Why we
Android
making new
18
words
in
for the
Dragon
same
Ball?
word?
Android 18 in Dragon Ball, she combos you, gets you in the corner, gets her kind of knocked down, call 17, guess the mix, I'm going to put you back into it.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I can't recommend it, but not because it's bad. It's just
not for me.
It's not even that. It's just it's pop. It's like the machine pop. That's it. And yes, I'm enjoying it now. By the end of the year, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I remember that came out in 2021, and that's it.
Probably.
Except like like Peaches and stuff. I think that has lasting potential, but
it might be in my top 10. Just from because it's solid. Or mixed this obviously probably
done it 1,000 times before. Yeah. So it's okay, man. It's there. Like I can't shit on it for it's not bad. It's just nothing that is gonna like tickle the nips, you know.
It's kind of like you ever watch a show or play a game that you know you're not gonna love, but it's just something to do.
Yeah,
that's what this album is. you're not gonna be like, yo, this album of the fucking decade.
Huh?
It's like, oh yeah, just pop.
I
These
don't
things
think I
well.
have a game like that. Did I go in there? Did I go in without playing before? And I run me by this. Run this by me again. So a
Alright,
game or something
this was the
that
scenario basically. I click this album,
yeah.
expecting probably not gonna love it,
Okay.
but it's something to listen to while I'm here.
Oh, Outriders. Got it. More on that next week.
I'm excited to hear your take on it because I didn't quite understand what you said in the message, but I think I do. So
It's okay. I only played 3 hours. This is gonna go from Music Minute to Outriders real quick. I only played 3 hours in it. The other, I'm a huge shooter looter fan. Ever since Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2 came out, played it. Borderlands 3, I have fucking 3 copies now. The Division 1, I enjoyed my time with it, but it just didn't do as much as I wanted. They came out with the Division 2, and boy, did they're like, oh, this is what we wanted to make, and I'm like lit because Division 2 is the shit. Played Destiny 1, meh. To play Destiny 2, less, but still, And so I've quite the experience with shooter looters, right? So after the 3 hours of playing, I didn't know what bothered me about the game until I think a few days later, and I saw a headline that says this game doesn't respect its cover system, and I'm like, that's exactly what I'm going through. So it's like if they build Gears of War, right? And then, but they're like, let's make shooter looters on top of it. But the AI knows that. And what I mean by that is like in the Division 2, when you're playing it, the AI don't act like they have a bar of health. They act like if I'm out in the open, I'm gonna get shot. I need to find. They act like people because they're people. Where in here, it's like they know they have a bar of health, so they just bum rush you, and then you're forced to get out of your cover. But the second you're out of cover, you are getting torpedoed by bullets everywhere. The miss ratio is like 1% that they'll miss, unless you're constantly like diving and stuff like that. Like if you're doing Gears of War, when you're constantly rolling, going from cover to cover. But the levels so far are designed in such a way where, like, let's say you enter an arena, that means anything from like you come in through here, anything here past where the enemies are at. So you're like, oh, this is my front line of defense.
right.
And like as any AI would do, they would try to flank you, which is normal. But that works if it's like a 1 or 2 shot hit. But if they act as if like I'm gonna flank him and I don't care if I'm out of cover because I know I have a health bar. So they're rushing you this way, another team is rushing you this way, and then they'll put a big like another caster dude to just walk right at you while doing abilities. And those abilities force you to get out of cover as well. So while these guys are switching positions to a different cover, you need to get out because the guy with the ability that you either failed to interrupt or you don't have something available or an ability available to interrupt them is now forcing you out of your cover. And even if they're moving around, they can still shoot you with crazy accuracy. So while they're swapping between cover, you need to find a new one while getting shot at, and then you try to get health back by attacking again. Problem is, they have health bar and they know it, so they're just gonna be up in front of you doing crazy damage while you're trying to work that health bar down. So it becomes a chase, and that's one thing that bothers me for the combat, because it doesn't feel like
Doesn't feel fluid.
it doesn't
Feels like it's just
Is it certain like enemy archetypes that flank you, or it's just and you see anyone just doing the same thing?
Again, it could be a blur right now, but if I rewatch the tapes, I swear to you, it's like it doesn't matter who it is. And like any of the enemies that I've seen that has the ability to throw magic at you and stuff, I don't think I remember them behind cover. I'd have to go and yeah, I guess I'm fucking up because you guys are going slow.
You're like on the screen.
I don't know who.
I think it's Discord because you're both doing it for me, or my internet's shitting itself.
You're not doing it for me.
I mean, it could be Discord. I mean, Swabs when we use Discord, they have who knows how many voice chats and video chats happening right now. You know.
We're the important one.
I mean,
we have all of our viewers
Yo, you're absolutely right. This is the
Our
top
mass
podcast
fans.
on the planet. Like who's Joe Rogan? You know what I'm saying? Like this is it. This is the epitome of podcasting. So, what are we doing? Get me more than
Get your
40
shit
megabit up.
together.
All right, Comcast. You're the supplier of internet for the most premier podcast on the planet. Give me some more bandwidth. Thank you.
Can't
What
let you do
was I
that,
talking
Fox.
about? Oh, I was supposed to be quick, but here we are. I'm ranting on Outriders again. I'm gonna keep playing it because there's a story mode to it, and because you said that the story was great. The 3 hours I played it, I couldn't give a fuck about anything in this game's narratively. Like not at all. Like right now we don't know what the fuck the storms are. They're just there's a guy who's not our friend, but then talks to me like I'm supposed to be the next like savior of the world, and I'm like,
Is this one of those games that swears you should know what they're talking about when you join into the game?
not really, because the prologue kind of catches you up. Because the prologue is them landing on the planet, and oh
Okay.
my god, they can't stop talking about that Earth is dead. Like we fucking get it. It doesn't exist. Well, back when Earth was alive, we get it. Y'all fucked up. You got landed on this planet. You still fucked up. So now you got to live with this war torn, whatever garbage, right? Like we get it. And then as any chance they can, back on Earth, man, it was a different way, different time. We have I don't care. No, I don't care. What's happening here? You know. And there's no. The cutscenes they play out so robotically, like aesthetically, it feels like it was made years ago. There's a it's a small things, Kelsey. So I'm in the hub, right? And I'm like, let me go and start my mission. I take the mission and I walk towards, you know how Borderlands they have like those a big wall. It's like, oh, hit enter so you can load the next area.
Yeah.
Which is a gripe I have with Borderlands myself because it's 2021. We shouldn't be doing this design the planet how it's supposed to be, and we'd stream the whole fucking thing. Like this whole loading screen in between thing, that should have stopped a long time ago. Thank you to Division 2 for doing it right.
God of War.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the shooter looter genre.
Oh.
I'm just comparing shooter looters together here.
Gotcha.
Damn, what was I going with that? Oh, so let's say I hit E to escape somewhere. They love fade to black. Every transition is fade to black. So I'm like, oh, let me go to the next area. I hit E, enter or whatever. You have to hold it, I think. Fades to black, quickly comes up to show the gate that I'm going to go through, animate a little bit low, and my character begin to walk, fades to black. I'm like, what the fuck? And then unfades again, and I'm on the other side of the fucking thing. What are we doing? What was all that? Like, it took more time to show me that he was walking 2 seconds, and then I appear on the other side.
Why don't they just do what Borderlands does then? If you're gonna have a loading screen for everything.
But Borderlands needs to stop doing that to begin with. There's no.
But I mean,
this whole loading areas, bro. We're in 2021. We have SSDs in our consoles. We're done. I don't need any more fucking loading screens coming up. Stream it. You know what I'm saying? I'm so tired of it. But I'm sure they're gonna keep going. Like I have my own gripes with Borderlands 3, but you know. And the cutscenes were dumb. Oh my god, Eamon was there. So there's a cutscene of this woman who goes to help you save another character. Correct?
Okay.
She's supposed to be your sniper. You never see her help you. She's not. She's just narratively she's there. So when the cutscene to progress the cutscene, she just shows up to shoot somebody in a cutscene, and you're like, damn, she's helping me out. Cool. You don't see her again. And then when we go meet the person we're gonna go fucking find, she comes up like she's been shot. Like I saw her anywhere in the field. Who shot you? Because you weren't with me. Did you take a different route? Then, they're talking. It's like, oh, we got to get you out of here. And then one of the enemies come in, they subdue him, and they're like, no, don't kill him. He can give us information or he can join us or whatever. And then, I don't know what happens. My character is like, okay, I guess so. And then they turn around, and then the girl that sniper that helped me gets shot in the neck. Like, full on, and falls down. But then, my character kills a guy who shot her, and then she starts to have a conversation with me. Think about that.
Oh, I know what scene you're talking about. I remember seeing. I think I saw Co play this part.
shot through the neck, blood gurgling, and then, but this is how I'm talking to you. You got to keep going to the next area. You have a bullet through your neck, woman, and there's gargling blood. What? Where's? I don't hear that.
She's literally like bleeding out.
Yeah,
and it's
like, hey man, you got to keep moving forward with the guy we just found.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. You're dying.
No, go to the truck.
Oh my gosh, and they don't care. There's no time to. I'm like, oh, this lady might be cool. This sniper woman. I saw her for 4 in a total of maybe 2 minutes, and then they just shoot her. She's dead. Like 3 times. There's another mission where there's a guy, I helped a dude, dead. He gets shot. Just shot. I'm like, so I'm not gonna. You gave him a name. Like he had a name, and so
what's the point in having the characters if you're not actually gonna like? Don't even. Yeah, why name them? Just be like, so this is Tim. All right, Tim's dead. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, and then he dies, and my characters go, well, shit, or some. He says some dumb thing, and then we move on, and I'm like, what am I doing? Again, I'm gonna finish it. The biggest thing that I liked that I wish Division and Borderlands 3 did is the ability to craft and enhance the weapons you already own. Which I'm like, oh my god, this is why you guys wanted to release this, because this works, I think. So you can upgrade the gun that you have's level. You can re-roll it to a higher rarity. You can put in with resources within game, like you don't have to like pay for it externally or anything. But I thought that was a good idea that needed to be in Borderlands since Borderlands 2. In the Division, I'm not sure why they didn't do it, because they're all real guns with real parts. So I don't know why they didn't just have like a really cool gun customized, weird.
You see it. When a mommy and a daddy love each other very much.
They neglect the baby until it becomes a serial killer. I know. Again, that's just my 3-hour first impressions. If the story gets as awesome as your friend says, cool. These 3 hours, I have not given a shit about a single character.
Let me see if I can pull up what he said so that you can.
Because the story don't give a shit about. The combat right now is like, I had to stop the world tier from increasing because it was getting to a point where I'm unloading magazines and they're like,
oh, it's just bullet sponging.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm just lowering it because I don't have the gear to do it. So
I wanted to try it just for giggles, but it's not on the PC part of the Game Pass.
Maybe his friend is a Gears fanboy, maybe, but it's not even Gears level because Gears, you cared about Dom, you cared about Marcus in some like way, shape, you cared about Bear, you cared about fucking the trains on the rails, like that's a line that from cool characters you care.
On the rails.
Yeah, like that's memorable lines.
And then they all die.
Yeah. No, they're not all dead, Brian.
Okay, I was gonna say
he said, well, this is part of it. He says, so Outriders Endgame is like a different concept, but same stupid time nonsense, and all that's there are expeditions. Fun campaign, but again, no variety at Endgame. And he said, where is it?
I mean, we'll see. I wasn't expecting to take it past Endgame. From the 3 hours I played, I'm like, I'm just gonna finish recording the story. Once I get credits, I think I'll probably be good to go and just move on. Because I have.
Yeah, I mean, he said he really enjoyed. 3. He really enjoyed the campaign.
Okay, so maybe it gets spicy after a bit, but
you a little more spicy, yeah.
It's hard to get invested when the cutscenes don't play out. It plays like an old cutscene. All of it feels old. The moment to moment feels like date. Like it just feels dated.
2008.
I don't know. It's
2008.
Yeah.
In his chat, I wrote that it looked like a launch game for PS3.
It just something about it. Just presentation is not there, and then the combat so far is not. It doesn't feel right. There's something. It just feels off. It should be off riders. That's what it should feel. That's what it should be called. Johan in the chat says, "What I hate the most about some stories are characters that we get no time with, and them making their deaths a big deal." Yes.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Like I've grown no attachment to them. It's one of those like, hey, Aren't you sad? I don't even know his last name. Like, what do you mean? Am I sad? Let's keep it moving. Like, you didn't give me time to connect with him at all. That's the same thing like with like movies and stuff. Like, if you don't give the character enough time to the viewers enough time to relate to the character, we're not gonna give a shit when he dies. Tell Kelsey to play the Magic Diablo like
Not
it's
to.
in. Oh, not to. Got it. It's
Not
in
to play
beta,
what?
but there's like a Diablo like Magic the Gathering game that came out recently in open beta. But he's saying it
Okay.
feels like it's. He said it feels like it's pre-alpha. So
I
I
have
guess
it installed, so I figured I'd try it before I uninstall it.
gotcha. All right. What am I talking about? Outriders. But we'll more on that probably next week when I get to sink more hours into it.
Music minute.
Music minute. Thank you. So yeah, me and Brian ended with Justice from Justin Bieber is okay. It's a machine. It's the machine outputted another one. You know.
And watch Carol and Tuesday.
Gotcha. As for me, music minute. Let me continue here. There's a artist called Roosevelt, and he released a project called Polydance. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's one of those projects where the first song is so strong for me that the rest aren't bad, and I just listen to the rest of it. The first track, "The Easy Way Out," is by far like it sounds fantastic on my headphones. It's great. I guess it's some sort of. I think it's all digitally made, but it sounds like great instruments he uses. It sounds fantastic. Chorus is good. His voice has a nice mix with his music. Like the instrumental fits nicely with how he sounds because obviously he made it. So it's not like Adele high pitch or anything. It just sounds of the times. Like it's cool 80s sounding synth stuff, like high octane. That's what the first track is. And the rest is not as high energy, but it still has that same aesthetic throughout the whole project. And it just sounds really cool. So if you get it, Brian, what are you doing? Okay. What are you doing? Why is he doing that?
Me?
Is he listening to it?
Oh, sorry. I was.
So yeah, Easy Way Out is probably like that's the only one I hearted, but it's not to take away from the rest of the tracks. The rest of the tracks still have that same aesthetic sounding as the Easy Way Out, but it's either slower pace because he's trying to make it's making a sort like a ballad type of version of the song, or maybe like the chorus just doesn't hit it for me or something. But all of it has that same aesthetic sound. I highly recommend listening to it. And then the first track is by far like that shit slaps. So that's all I got to say on it. Roosevelt.
Say about that.
That's all I got to say about that. Go give that a listen. Polydance by Roosevelt. Every time I see Roosevelt, my mind's like it's pronounced Roosevelt. No, Anthony, learn English.
Anytime I hear a name someone has that was also a president's name, I always think of Kennedy getting shot. I don't know why.
Why Kennedy? Why not Abraham Lincoln? Or Ronald Reagan?
I mean, this is a valid question, Brian. Like for Abraham, I think like
Reagan
he used a
didn't
revolver.
get shot, did he?
Pretty sure it was Reagan. There was an assassination attempt.
I'm talking about Abraham, right? Because he used a revolver.
Well, I know what you said, but he said Reagan in that, and I'm like, I don't remember him getting shot.
You said Reagan. I'm like, I didn't say Reagan.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan. They.
Hang on.
He's hacking in the Pentagon right now, dude. Realize determination.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Reagan was shot and he lost almost half his body, half the blood in his body.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
You started off with he lost half his body. I'm like, what fucking caliber weapon?
Yeah, Reagan was shot because the reason Reagan was shot was John Hinckley Jr. Was in love with Jodie Foster from the movie. From some movie. Tsunami? And wanted to do something to impress her, and so he shot the president. Thinking that would cause her to love him.
The fucking movie's name was Twister. I said Tsunami. What the fuck is wrong with me? Oh Lord. All right.
Yeah, the Taxi Driver was the movie. I thought that's what it was. Yeah, there's actually an entire episode of American Dad on this one.
The one with Robert De Niro?
Yeah, Taxi Driver's Robert De Niro.
Yeah, okay, I've seen that. I don't remember. Okay.
But yeah, there's an entire American Dad episode on the attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan. Tooth Fairy, like the person she was originally the Tooth Fairy, and then she becomes like the ghost of Christmas Past or something, and she takes him back to when he was a kid, and it happened to be around the time, or maybe it wasn't around that time, but it takes him back, and then he fucks up something which causes this, it affects the time warp, and then they have to go back and they have to try and fix it, and it gets worse and worse, and then eventually he's the one that has to shoot Reagan, and they're at the very end, they're like, remember, you just have to wing it, you don't have to kill him, and he's like, oh, thank God, this would have been very different had you not said that.
Yeah. Nice. I think that's it for the music minute. Justice Bieber. I keep saying Justice Bieber. Justin Bieber and Roosevelt. That's all I have on that. That finishes up me and Brian, but Kelsey. What the fuck is Spooderman?
I'm upset that we're here now because I have to use the bathroom and I don't want to miss this.
Okay, I'll wait. I can
We want to kill some
wait
time
for a second.
I mean, we can do the news thing you added.
Yeah, I can go over the news. I mean, it's not. There's really not much to say about it. It's literally like
It's a rumor.
4 seconds.
Yeah.
But there's rumors that the Xbox Game Pass might be coming to Steam, so that you can play Xbox games on Steam.
Which is probably what they're doing. What EA did with Steam, which is if you have EA Play on Steam, you can download their games on Steam.
You know, on Microsoft or on Xbox. Can you do that on Steam?
Yeah, EA Play is now you can subscribe to EA Play through Steam, and then you have a subscription.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and then you can just download the thing. So this sounds like Xbox is going to do the same thing. They're going to make you available to buy into Game Pass through Steam, and then like all their Microsoft games that are on Steam, like Gears 5, Forza, Ori, and all these other stuff that's published by them can be just downloaded and played, which is fantastic. That's actually a fantastic move on Xbox's part.
Oh yeah, I think it's great. Like everything that Microsoft is doing with like bringing gamers together and trying to like get them to play more regardless of what platform it's on is the perfect thing. If I really wish there was some like major company, like let's say Google, that created some sort of
search
cloud
bar,
thing,
right? That you can search through your fucking game collection. That'd be crazy if Google can do that.
Like if they made some sort of like cloud-based gaming system that they incorporated a lot of this stuff into, like they could, like just off the top of my head, they could call it like Stadia or
like
something.
it's supposed to be a stadium where people sit and watch you play too, because it's in the cloud, so you can just throw that video anywhere, right? Right?
That you could like search through all your games. You could search through games from other companies.
No problem. Filter through companies if you wanted to. Filter, buy games that you already claimed from the Stadia Pro. Why would you do that, right?
So yeah, I mean, there really isn't much about this. It's just kind of a rumor. I've seen a couple of these things pop up where people are like taking words of somebody else from some other thing. But yeah, there's the possibility that Valve and Microsoft and Xbox Game Pass are going to team up and bring it to Steam to try and help expand more games coming to, or more people using that kind of thing through Steam, which I think would just be awesome.
I'm telling you, this generation, Xbox is pushing that, play anything, anywhere with anyone, and I'm like, facts. Oh, hold on, let me hit him with that Drake. That's what we need.
I love.
That's what we need.
Everything that I've read where Microsoft's like, we're buying this company. They're like, look, if it was exclusive, then it's going to stay exclusive for a while. And anything else that they make, it's not going to be exclusive. It's going to be on the PC. It's going to be on the Xbox. Fuck, we might even make stuff for PlayStation. Like, we'll see, But they're really trying to make it so that people can play games. And I think that's great. I'm really tired of this exclusive bullshit, where you have to buy the consoles and whatever.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
they're in the best
I hate it.
position. They're in the best position. Xbox right now, I say it like 1,000 times, they're currently in the best position to overtake everything. It's just right now the xCloud stuff is slowly moving, not as fast as I wanted to, and it's only Game Pass games. If you deck out xCloud with all the Xbox games that you own, you can literally play anything anywhere. Just buy it
Yep.
once on their Microsoft Store and play that shit anywhere. Because they're working on a desktop client now for xCloud. I think right now it's in beta test, so some people are currently in it. So
I mean, that's one of the things that I really enjoy about the Xbox stuff is that like you have one account.
yep,
That's it. And it's like, oh, you can log into it on your computer. You can log into it on your phone. You can log into it on your Xbox.
mm-hmm.
Oh, you have something from the PC that's playable on here? Yeah, sure, fucking play it. Go for it. We already know you own it. You already gave us the money. Like,
Yep.
we're not gonna make you buy it again.
Yep. I'm telling you, they're in the if they keep doing these small moves, it's gonna add up to something big. And they start making bigger moves, that'd be better. But I'm too
They get
anxious for
bloody
that.
shoes then.
Michael Phelps with the swim moves. Okay. Michael Jordan with the tennis shoes. Okay. All right, Brian, we're good with that. We're really good. We don't do that. All right, cool. So
All
we're
right.
back with Spooderman. What happened with Spooderman?
Motorman, Lord, he a coming.
Yeah, Lord, he coming. That's a fat
mean,
cat, dude. Jesus
Chunky
Christ.
is just moving along.
Yeah.
No, so the Spider-Man Homecoming was pretty good. I do really enjoy Tom Holland as Spider-Man
Okay.
or Peter, whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know how old he is. Like, I think he's supposed to be like 14 or 15 in the show or in the movie.
He's a teenager. Yeah, I don't know exactly how old, but
Yeah.
They're in high school already, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in high school. I am glad that they didn't like go through like the origin story again.
yeah,
You
they know
know,
better.
like
Yeah, they know because there are people these people love this fucking people making it the Marvel movies now just love the universe. They're like, these guys have already seen this shit like 90 times, so let's not waste airtime with it.
Can you imagine
I do.
that, like being cast as Uncle Ben, knowing you're dying. Like you're getting 7 minutes top.
Yeah, like that. I'm really glad. Like, I really do like some of the changes that they made. Like, I like the like high school version, of him trying to like figure things out, understand how the world works, and that kind of stuff. I thought it was awesome that he like started the whole thing off with showing clips from the Avengers
Yeah,
or Civil War or whatever it was. And then they used other movies to really kind of introduce him as a character.
yeah,
And have that be his backstory. So it was like a quick, like, oh, hey, so you're Spider-Man. Yeah, I am. Cool, thanks. Movie. He just
Yep.
goes and fucking does stuff. Like,
Yep.
that was awesome. Trying to think. MJ didn't play a huge part in the first one, which,
That's because you didn't know who MJ was until like the end.
yeah,
Yeah,
and her, I like and don't like what they did with her between the two movies. I think she's hilarious, but it's like very like
dry humor,
emo-ish, dark, type thing.
It's not like the Mary Jane we always see in the bright bulb, like
Yeah,
Well, her name isn't
Vibrant.
Mary Jane, isn't it? It's just her initials are MJ.
it's Michelle something.
something.
Yeah, they just
But
call her MJ.
Mhm.
What was I gonna say? Loved Michael Keaton in the first one.
Yes.
Like he did a great job. I've seen the memes of like that scene where he goes to pick up the daughter for the dance.
Yep.
And I love the memes that they've come up with that. Now I actually know what it's from and how it works, that kind of stuff.
It makes more sense now.
I'm trying to think, like,
What did you think of the comedic relief, his friend? I forgot his name.
the
Big dude.
Yeah, the heavyset kid.
Yeah.
He, like, don't get me wrong, he was funny but annoying. Like
Okay.
the first one, I just didn't really care for him. Like I
Okay.
was like he's like, we should tell people. Dude, this is awesome. You gotta let people know. Like, no, dude, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Like, shut up. You know? Like he was just really annoying. Like, I mean, he played his part really well, but the way the character was written was just
Yeah.
super annoying. You know, I didn't really like him. But you know, again, he did play the part really well.
What do you think of Marissa Tomei as his aunt?
I think it's an interesting take because, like, in all the other stuff, she's supposed to be like this really old,
Yep.
you know, like basically on death's door type thing,
Yeah.
and like, you know, and in this, like, Marissa Tomei, I think she's older, but she's not like,
Yeah.
she falls down the stairs and breaks the hip. Sorry, Grandma, we're gonna have to put you down, like, you know, type thing.
What else? Marissa Tomei as aunt. Oh, what do you think of Robert Downey Jr.'s?
Like his like small part in it.
Yeah, like his chemistry with Tom. I thought it's always been fantastic when I see him on screen together.
Yeah, I mean, I think they played great together. I really didn't like how he brought news and evidence and things to their attention, and everybody's just like, "Shut up, kid! You don't know what you're talking about." Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, they should have had something that was more believable, I guess, as to why it is that they were just like, no,
disregarding
you know,
him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he told them, you know, that there was a problem, and then when he went after them, and Tony had to save him the first time, he clearly knew there was a problem, you know, and they were like, "Don't worry about it." What do you mean, "Don't worry about it"? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But I mean, all in all, I think it was awesome. The movie was really well done. I thought it was kind of funny, kind of shitty that he's just always bailing on everybody, you know, and then he finally like has the chance to get with the senior and like be the boyfriend girlfriend type thing.
Yeah.
And you know, he shows up to the
party,
the dance, and is like, I gotta go.
Gotta go. Duty calls.
Yep.
So what do you think of was it the after credit scene, Brian, or was it before the credits started? When the aunt find out that who he was, and the quick
it's
cut.
the after credits.
It's after credits. What
Yeah.
the fuck? And the cut.
Yeah. Which, you know, hilariously is how they ended the second one too.
Yep.
The what is it? Far away from home.
Far from home.
Or Far from home.
Yeah. It's a sequel.
So I really liked that. I really liked that one. That one I felt like was done a lot better. There was
Polished.
better, you know, yeah, it was more polished. There was, you know, the acting felt better. I guess they were just, you know, more in their
Accustomed
roles
together. Yeah. And everyone started getting comfortable with each other.
Like as somebody who, you know, I didn't read like a ton of the comics, but read some of the comics, watched the TV show as a kid. When they were like Mysterio, you know, I was like, this bitch is bad. Like, what are we doing here? What is going on? And then when he gave him the glasses and everything turned, I was like, there it is.
Yep.
I knew there had to be something, you know. And then I even like stopped the movie midway when they were like, he's like an interdimensional traveler or whatever, and I'm going, I don't think he had that power. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, he's just like a magician. He's like,
that's not right.
Can't do that shit, you know. And then when the lights, like when, you know, the curtain raised and you could see what was actually going on, I was like, okay.
I get this.
I started to really wonder when they were fighting the magma elemental or the fire elemental, and he grabbed the
pipe,
the projector piece off of the drone that was invisible. And I was like, what the fuck was that? You know?
It's for people who knew who Mysterio was, it was a good, like, are they having a different take on him? Or
yeah.
But for the people who have no idea, they were just like, oh yeah, that's okay. He's an interdimensional whatever. They're doing time travel stuff now.
Yeah.
You can see, I don't know if I told you this before you saw the movie. In scenes throughout, Like when they're in, was it Paris or whatever? Where were they?
I think there were somewhere
They
in Europe. They went
yeah,
to Italy, then
they were
went
into
to
Venice, and then
In
they
a
went to
lot,
Prague,
in a
and
lot of
then
these scenes, in the background, you actually see Mysterio's team, and you actually see him behind them. You see Jake Gyllenhaal just sitting there looking at Peter.
like throughout the. I'll have to
Mm-hmm.
watch it again because that just sounds awesome. Um, and then after he like introduces his team, it makes a little bit more sense. Um, with the whole with everything that's going on. Um, I think my only complaint is the Spidey sense. I'm not calling it the Peter Tinkle. First of all,
why
the
not?
Spidey sense, like it's not. They didn't really utilize it in either of the movies.
Not yet.
Like it's.
But there's a reason for the second movie.
I mean, like he. I don't know. I don't know why it was that it wasn't working. I
I don't
don't
remember that
remember.
either. Yeah.
He
Well.
just wasn't. He wasn't confident. He's always like second guessing himself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. And maybe that's just like they just didn't really go over anything about that like at all. Like it just didn't exist in the first movie, and in the second movie, they start calling it the fucking Peter Tinkle, and it's like what? And I'm pretty sure in the timeline doesn't make sense because in Civil War he uses that as part of his fighting technique against
Captain.
Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah. Oh, that too.
And so like the timeline doesn't really mesh up with the whole he was in Civil War and now he's back in high school and doing stuff, living his life, but he doesn't have his Spidey sense. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So it's not that he doesn't have the ability to do it. It's that with Tony gone, spoiler, I guess, if you're in the 80s apparently, and just him being by himself, not being confident in him, if he deserves his power, like the whole theme of the movie before Mysterio dupes him, he doesn't think he deserves it. He doesn't really believe that he's a hero. He doesn't know what to do with his life. So his uncertainty and not like belief in himself kind of shut that out. And even there's characters that mention it like that too. They just wasn't confident. He didn't have it on them.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, and they sort of did use it some in the first one, like when he was being attacked by the glider from what was the bad guy's name in the first one? Did he have a name?
Vulture,
Vulture.
wasn't it? It was Vulture.
Vulture. So
He's
when like
like
the Vulture's suit like came after him, he did like dodge and use it some. Um, which I guess is another reason why like even if you're not like even if you're second guessing yourself on some stuff, that's like that's like your core everything screaming at you.
that's your
Like
passive
it's
ability, right?
yeah,
Like
it's not like
But notice that
oh
in
I'm
the
just
first
not
movie too. In the first movie too, he had, before he fights Vulture, like that last time, he has that moment where he's like, when he's under the rubble and he's
yeah.
doubting himself again. He's like, "No, I'm Spidey." He has that moment of like realizing who he is and what he's there to do.
lift rocks.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. I definitely enjoyed the second one a lot more than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I am excited for the third one. To see what they do with it.
I think they have a name for it. I just forgot what it is.
Yeah, it's
I completely
don't
forgot.
remember.
Yeah, I'll look it up later.
I have 3 questions for you. The first question: how do you feel about Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio? How do you think he did?
I think he did a great job. I think he played the part really well. Like he sold the whole "I'm your friend" thing, and then really turned it around with the knife in the back type thing. Um, he just did an amazing job. Like everything that he did was amazing. Like especially when he like really revealed himself as being this very spiteful, hateful person of Tony, and like rounding up his little band of merry men to do the evil deeds and everything. I think he did an incredible job with it.
Okay, I realize now I have 4 questions.
Okay.
Oh my
So that
God.
was still the first one.
Okay.
The second one, the scene with Tom when he's in the ship with Happy, when he breaks down. How did that hit you? Did Tom Holland, did the tears get you feeling some kind of way?
Like, he sold that really well. Like, it felt like he was actually midlife crisis, doesn't know what to do with himself for his life. He's like, I was given all this stuff and I fucked it up. Like like back in the first one where, he's like, without the suit, that's all that's everything that I am. And then, going through the whole, like, no, I'm fucking Spider-Man type thing. And then him to come to this where he's like, it makes more sense, the whole like self-doubt and whatever now with Tony being gone and him getting to this point, and then him really just being like, the only thing that Tony left me, I just gave away because I didn't have any confidence in myself, and he just fucked up, and now his friends are in danger. He's in danger.
He got rocked like 20 minutes ago.
Yes. Get run over by a fucking train.
Yeah.
My third question was, how do you feel about that whole sequence? Because that shit hit. That's my favorite scene of the whole movie. Was the whole Mysterio like fake dream sequence thing. How'd you feel about that?
I thought it was incredible. Like, I remember in the TV show how real he made everything feel and everything seem, and he's like struggling to figure out what's real and what isn't, and then when they showed what is it,
Tony,
no,
the graveyard,
when they showed Nick Fury shooting Mysterio, like, it all just played out so well. I kind of had my doubts when Fury showed up to pick him up after he got to the train station in Germany. Like, he picked him up and I was like, that's a little sus. Like,
you're gonna hit the button right away.
Because like, he's been talking about this whole time about how, he was gone for 5 years and now a kid is fucking dodging his calls and screening and whatever, and he doesn't know anything. And then all of a sudden for him to just be like, there was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Something's not adding up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
when in the dream sequence when he's like, maybe if you were better, Tony would be alive, and it showed him come up in the fucking theater, I was like, oh shit. Like,
yeah, I had a similar reaction where I was just like, God damn, like, and then you see Tony's skull halfway in the suit and everything, and you're just like, way to like just take the knife and
twist it. No, he didn't just stab, he twisted it in there.
Yeah.
And then threw fucking, what is it, salt or some shit in it.
The last question I have for you.
Okay.
All right, hit me.
Do you think Mysterio's dead?
Oh no.
No.
I don't think so either.
No, I think like, especially with the final scene, I don't remember if it was like the after thing or if it was like the very end of the movie.
It was the after credit scene.
That's where they released the video.
Yeah. And we got a nice little taste of who Jonathan is gonna be.
Yes. I'm so glad they brought him back.
When I saw him on screen, I'm like,
yeah. Like, there isn't anybody. It's kind of like Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool. There is nobody else that is going to be able to play that. Period. Ever. Like, no
one's filling those shoes.
Is never going to happen. I mean, same thing with like Mark Hamill playing the Joker in the animated series.
Yeah.
Like, you could put whoever else you want in that place, it will never be the same. Okay.
Yeah. I'm hit you. You deserve another one today. You got 2 today, my guy.
Yeah. No, I don't know if because like, I think he actually got shot at the very end, but I don't know if it was something that he like planned and then like took a pill or something to like stop his heart rate or slow it down, or maybe it was just a
fluke and he actually did kill himself.
Yeah. But I think he's going to show back up in the third one.
If he had
in some way, shape, or form.
If he had the forward thinking to be like, let me get this in recording first so I can expose who he is, I doubt he did it just because like I'm dying. He's like, I'm gonna use
Yeah.
this later.
Every
Yeah.
theory that I've seen about it, I believe already.
They could be
There's one
vastly
that-
different, and
yeah.
you just
So there's one that because it's his drone, faked the shot. That's one. Two, when Peter puts the glasses back on, he doesn't ask for authorization back. So when she says yes, this is real, I think it's still him telling that thing to tell Peter, yeah, he's dead.
oh, that's true because you need to authorize who it is. 'Cause that's why he
and
did.
and he never does it.
Unless they overlooked that as a detail in the movie, but
It could also be that
she
he
knows he's
never
dead.
lost access. He was just granting access to Mysterio.
Oh,
Mhm.
permission
I
statement.
think.
Like, yeah,
Like
he's
one of
also
those
alive.
things where like Tony was always in charge of everything that was, Stark Industries, and
Yeah.
regardless of what it was, he had access, but could like give access to other people too.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if like Tony built it so that once he got authorized, he just now had control of everything that was Stark Industries,
Mhm.
and that he was basically the new Tony. Because that's the theme of the whole thing, is that he's like trying to figure out who the next Tony Stark's going to be,
Mhm.
and even though he was picked, and he didn't believe in himself, what was it? Happy was like, nobody's going to be the next Tony. Tony didn't even live up to being Tony. Like,
Mhm.
like he chose you because he knew that the world would be better having you in his place, after
Mhm.
he was gone. And so my thought is that even though he transferred the glasses to
Spidey.
to Mysterio,
Oh,
that
Mysterio.
it wasn't like, oh, I'm giving up full control. It's I'm allowing him access to use these glasses and to be recognized by the system.
Those are facts. No, you got 3 today. So that one's gone, Brian. What was the other? That right there debunks that whole thing.
I don't think it does still, but I respect what he said.
As
The third
software
one,
men, that's debunked. Thank you.
the third one is as if he died. I think it could be a thing because he's not really Mysterio. The whole team around him is.
Oh, so you think
So
his
it
team
could
is
have been
still going to
like,
keep doing stuff?
yeah, could have been like, oh, if I die or whatever. Or one of the teammates had the recording and then put it out like that was the end game. And they could always replace Mysterio himself because the team's alive.
I guess.
True.
The first one so far is the strongest theory here.
The fake shot.
The fake shot, yeah. I think that's still, but I think he's alive, but I don't know how he would pull it off. I would
I
like for
think
them
the
to.
second one's more believable only because he asked the glasses if what he's seeing is real.
I mean, it would like with the software, it would tell him regardless because he has access.
Yeah.
The only way that would work, the only way that second one would work for me is if on screen we saw Mysterio revoke his access, and that never happened. So yes, technically that can work if they just write it in from now on, but we didn't see that happen. So what we did see was he just gave access, like Kelsey said, to Mysterio. Mysterio did not revoke Peter's.
Yeah, but I am curious to know
I don't know.
if the first one, I think you said it was, where the whole thing is staged and the glasses that he put on weren't real. Like, or maybe he just handed him a pair of just like regular glasses,
Just
and
fucking
then
Gucci. Here you go.
yeah, and then his drones, whatever drones he had left, he made him think that he had won so that he could escape and try this again because he realized that he was outmatched at
Yeah.
that point. Um, and then he technically called off everything, but still, has the glasses, still has control of Edith, because they never really like talk about. He never revokes the access. He never like goes, okay, I need you to remove access from so and so. He just thinks he's dead. He doesn't think he needs to. So theoretically, if he's alive, he could still have access to it because he made him think that he was wearing the real glass.
Did he use Edith after that fight?
Not that I remember.
Not that I remember.
Right, so it's still a possibility that okay.
Also, I want to know where the fuck, what's his name is? Nick Fury. I don't remember.
That's
They
Sword.
show it.
That's proper Sword. You know how Sword was in wait, let me back up. Have you seen WandaVision yet?
No.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
So comic lore, there's Shield that's on Earth, and the thing that Shield does, there's another division that does that in space, and it's called Sword. So
Okay.
Sword and Shield. So defend Earth, and you have your fucking sword up in the sky. That's that division. They teased it there, and then they talk more about it in WandaVision, and then but we
Gotcha.
haven't gone back up to space yet.
Okay. But I thought it was really funny that he's like just like the because there were two like end credit scenes, you know.
And then you saw that weird shit that he was in, and you're like, wait, what? Did I miss something?
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. Where is he? But like, I really enjoyed them using
The scroll.
the shapeshifters. Yeah, like though that was a really good
Yes.
thing, which explains more as to why it is that he's like he was acting
so
like
weird.
him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's always in control. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter when he could be gone 50 years and come back, and he's literally going to assume control. Like that's just the way it works. It's Nick fucking Fury. Okay.
So before we saw this movie, this is how I knew you guys knew I was from the future. I called the Skrulls being someone in this movie.
Yeah.
And two, I watched New Rockstar. Shout out to them. They do anytime anything Marvel's related. Afterwards, they binge it and they do like things you could have missed, and they go into detail. One of the giveaways that it's not them is Maria Hill just calls him Nick instead of Fury or anything like that.
Oh, and she normally says
I didn't even
Fury.
recognize that.
That's a good catch.
Their stuff's really thorough and it's really entertaining. So if you ever want to see like, I just finished watching, that's what you should do. So you can see that the people are in the background in the scenes. Go to New Rockstars, the YouTube channel, and look at their Spider-Man coverage.
All right, I will. I'll have to do that. Yeah, but I mean, all in all, like definitely a great, couple of movies to watch. You could probably get away without watching the first one, but I would highly recommend at least giving it a watch because, it's Tom Holland, and Tom Holland's an awesome actor.
Yeah, man, that kid can cry. There's not many actors that can cry. He can cry.
I told you guys how he gets himself to cry, right?
He tells himself not to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were watching Cherry, I think you told us that.
I'm really hoping that in, like especially seeing him create his own suit and whatever there at the end.
Yeah.
I'm really kind of hoping that he has more confidence in himself in the third one, and it's not more of this
same thing again, yeah.
Yeah, where he's like not so much like doubting himself, but not fighting like he should be. Like making stupid mistakes, getting hit. You saw it at the very end with him fighting all the drones. Everything he was doing was fairly calculated, and he was moving with things happening. Mm-hmm. And now that he's like got his confidence back and he's got the Spidey sense back and whatever, I'm really hoping that when they go into the third one, when he gets into action sequences, that it's not just him
winging it.
Yes. Like he's like thinking logically about what's going on. He's actually fighting and dodging and using his Spidey sense and trying to having to fight properly.
Like actually play chess in the middle of this fight, not just I guess I gotta dodge this and make something happen. Oh, that entire building's falling down. Let me see if I can web it to save it.
And I really hope they don't do what they did in the third one for Tobey Maguire's, where they just have so much shit going on that you're like, you could have literally made 3 extra movies out of this one movie, and it would have been way better.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Sandman, Venom, and who else was
and
Hobgoblin? And then the Hobgoblin, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all just like,
there's 2 ways they can go, and one of these is the way I think they're gonna go because that seems to be the theme with Tom Holland being so young and being Spider-Man. I think they might use him as like a Avengers, like a mentor to look up to because they're giving Kamala a show. They're giving a lot of other young people their own show. So because he was an Avenger and helped in New York, I think they might use him as like an actual role model for them.
And just do Young Avengers?
Yeah. But what they're probably going to do in the second one is my second theory. Not in the second one. The second theory of
Got
what I
it.
was gonna
For the
say.
third
It's the
movie.
one I think they're gonna do. Yeah,
Got it. You
English,
threw me the
dude.
fuck. No, you threw me off. I'm like, wait, what?
And after you did that, I was like, what I said sounded stupid. I don't think this whole rumored movie of all the Maguire and Garfield being in here,
I don't think so.
but I
either,
think
yeah.
they're gonna do multiple dimension stuff. And with this, they're still gonna
Spider-Verse.
sun him because there's gonna be other Spideys who've been doing it way longer than him. So I think he might be confident in himself, but they might pull like a Into the Spider-Verse where
Yeah.
he's
still aspiring to be a
he doesn't
better
think
Spider-Man. Yeah. He's like, I'm not shit as a Spider-Man if these guys have been doing it for like they all the stuff they went through anyway.
Yeah.
So I think in the position they're in with the whole like having multiple Spider-Man still alive and doing the reboot so many times, I think to me it personally would be funnier if they had the original characters playing their like normal Peter Parker lives in this other movie, like working for Oscorp as
I
somebody,
see what you mean. Mm-hmm.
Or like just in background shots of things, not like making a huge impact, but being noticeable, in the movie.
Like Tobey Maguire's a wrestler. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Just like stupid shit like that. The other thing, I don't know if you guys saw, but what's his name? Ryan Reynolds has come out and talked about how he wants to replace, like, because Stan Lee is gone, he still wants to continue that tradition as Deadpool in all of the movies. Like, so he would make an appearance, some sort of random appearance in any Marvel movie as Deadpool.
That makes sense.
As Stan Lee.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just Deadpool showing up. You mean Deadpool trying to be Stan Lee?
Like where, like I think I read somewhere that he would like have like a prosthetic mask on or something where he's playing Stan. Like it'd be like he'd be in the Deadpool suit and then have like a Stan Lee mask on in the movies.
I would laugh. That would be funny. I don't know how many times he can do that before it's not funny anymore. Like maybe the next movie that should definitely happen.
I don't remember if that was what I read that was like what he was gonna do, or if it was just him being Deadpool. But I think either one would be really funny.
Yeah, just having like no one says anything about it in the movie. It's just he's there, and you're like, wait, was that fucking Deadpool? And then they just move on.
I mean, it would be cool because Deadpool and Spidey have like comics together.
They have a series together. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
In the animated show for Spidey, Deadpool's even in it, like for some of it.
Voiced by Nolan or someone else?
I don't remember. It's always safe to assume it's Nolan.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like you recommend both. Do you not recommend the first one, or are you just like,
It's not that I don't recommend the first one. You could probably live without watching it.
Yeah.
But I would definitely give it a watch if you want to like watch the series, since there's going to be a third one coming out.
Absolutely.
But I definitely don't think it stacks up to the same rapport that the second one has.
Okay.
I just think the second one was a lot better.
Okay, I agree with you with that. Second one was definitely a lot better. All right. Well, you did it. He did it, Brian. What did you guys have a bet? Like when he watches Spider-Man, you have to watch what?
I don't know. It was if he doesn't watch it by my birthday, he has to lose my number.
Oh, well, he finished that with flying colors.
Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, he had months to go.
I'm looking to see the Spidey name. No Way Home, apparently.
No Way Home, thanks. So that's hopefully like a time travel one, right? Let's hope so. Spider-Verse. And that's it for the week for consumption, people. We're gonna be looking into the future now. Shit coming out this week. I didn't find anything on games that's worth noting or movies, but if you guys have one that you found one, this would be the time. No,
I got nothing.
For music, I got Paul McCartney releasing something called McCartney 3 Imagined.
The movie's Mortal Kombat this week, I think.
No, it's the 23rd. It's next week.
It's next week.
Oh, it's next week?
Yes, sir.
Oh. That day.
Yeah. I think it was delayed a week. I think it was supposed to be this week, and then it was delayed a week. Yeah, Paul McCartney is releasing a new body of work. London Grammar is releasing a new body of work called Californian Soil, and The Offspring is releasing a new music called Let the Bad Times Roll.
A new music.
A new project's what I wanted to say. And that's all I saw on there for the music that's coming out this week. Brian, if you see something else on there, you let me know.
That's all. Greta Van Fleet is a name I know, but I don't.
Right? Like I've heard that before. They do rock or something?
They do music. I don't remember what.
Yeah, I heard that name before.
Spotify open so I can look.
So yeah, Greta Van Fleet is also. I saw that name, but I'm like, that sounds familiar, but I didn't do any Googling or anything. And then for the free games this week, if you're watching this live with us as we're recording it, you can go and claim About 3 out of 10 Season 2, which I think is like a narrative-based game on Epic Game Store. And if you don't give a shit about that, later on the Epic Game Store, there should be 3 games available to claim, which is it's called Deponia, The Complete Journey, Ken Follett's The Pillars of Earth, and The First Tree, which will be Thursday.
And you can also, if you wanted to pitch, there's still a couple days left, 3 days for most of these. Newegg is having a huge sale on games. You can find it under their promotions page, and there's just a ton of games that you can get codes for super cheap. Even newer games, like you can get the Doom Eternal pass for like $26. Comes with everything. Doom Eternal Deluxe Edition comes with everything. Borderlands 3, for $45.
Comes with everything.
Duke Nukem for $1.50.
I haven't played it, so I can't speak on that.
The Monster Hunter series, they have on sale. Looks like some of these ran out. Dishonored 1 and 2 for super cheap. Wolfenstein super cheap. All the XCOM stuff. You can get the entire XCOM 2 collection for under $20.
That's definitely worth it.
$100.
Because there's a bunch of replayability there.
Yeah. They have a bunch of Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear stuff on here. Sadly, they don't have Skullgirls.
Yeah. Maybe Steam has it on sale.
No, I would have been told.
Oh, okay. Oh, you would have gotten the press release?
Yeah, I'm on the unofficial street team.
Got it. That sounds good to me.
Do you guys know? So with Hades, I bought it on Epic and then I bought it on Steam. I bought it on Switch, but that's not the point. They use the same folder for their save file. Do you know if Borderlands is the same with the Epic and the Steam one? Like if I were to get it on Steam for the Ultimate Edition.
I mean, if it doesn't, you can just copy the save file over to where the directory is, and then Steam sync it.
Okay.
Asking for a friend?
Yeah, actually, asking for a friend.
Literally? Not jokingly?
Literally and for myself. Me and a friend.
Yes, you can do that. Just a heads up, it's 130 gigs. Just letting you know. I don't know if you're low on space. It's 135 gigs.
I'm not low on space, but...
Just letting you know, if space is like should I do this or not? It's over 100 gigs of content.
There's stuff I should uninstall. But I have 849 gigs left.
Oh, this man got
how big is your drive?
I upgraded it like end of last year, and it's 2 terabyte for my games one.
I gotta get I have to. I'm looking at getting 2 10 terabyte drives for my Plex server.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have like 60 gigs left on my Plex server.
That's fair.
And I was just gonna have one for like all my TV shows and one for my movies and things that I have.
The TV one is what usually fills up the fastest because
but then I have like 4 terabyte drives that I have nothing to do with. So I may upgrade my desktop because I think I have 2 1 terabytes. Yeah, I have 2 1 terabytes that are ready together. That's almost full, so I'll just use that for my games.
Nice. Okay. Well, boys, what are y'all doing this week? Kelsey, what you doing this week?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was waiting for. I don't
Um,
know.
so we have to pick a new movie for us to watch
Okay.
for next week. Breach looks like it's going to be the one personally, just because it's
From the
another
same, yeah,
Bruce
another.
Willis movie with terrible ratings on kind of both sides.
It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be like Cosmic Sin.
Yeah. Uh, I still am trying to decide if I want to finish off Chuck because I only have the one season left.
Oh, that's
Um,
true. That's true.
like
Flip a
I
coin.
stopped at season 4 because I was, it just seemed like a great stopping point.
Season
They
8
did a
was
great
Scrubs.
job of just being like, this could be the end,
Mhm.
but it also opened up 1,000 possibilities that they could do with season 5. But everybody that I've talked to that's watched Chuck is like, don't watch season 5. Don't
You're,
watch season 5.
it's a lot of
But
it's a
If you
lot of
want to
hours
see
to sink
more,
in for like not a
if you
lot
want to see
of.
more Yvonne Strahovski, go for it.
Yeah.
That's my justification of it.
um,
But the story that they do with it, it kind of makes it like it suckers you out of being committed to it for so many seasons.
gotcha. Yeah, so I may just watch it without going into it with any high hopes or anything, and just
That-
expect it to just be,
Just
more Chuck, I
Yeah.
guess.
any second you see Yvonne, just focus on her, and then it'll be worth it.
Like what's her name in the white dress?
Like
Gal Gadot.
Yeah,
the Gadot.
Oh, it's Gadot. I'm sorry. I thought she
I
said
always say
that
Godot too. Um,
I don't know if you know Anthony from the thing I sent you about Cillian Murphy. His name's pronounced Killian.
Oh, I'm so Cillian or Killian. I know you listen to the show. I apologize for pronouncing your name wrong every time. I thought it was
from
Cillian. It's
the clip I
Killian.
sent you from
Shit.
Craig Ferguson. Yeah.
Oh, this is my public apology. I know he listens. We have millions of listeners and viewers, so I apologize for that. Oh, I'm getting a text message from him right now. He says it's okay. Okay, we're good.
And then I still need to go back and I need to finish Seven Deadly
JoJo.
Sins season 4. I gotta finish what was it? I gotta finish JoJo.
Jotaro.
I gotta finish Ghost in the Shell. There's just a bunch of stuff that I have to finish that I've either seen episodes or seen a season or two, and then there's the extra stuff that I want to go through.
Yeah.
Um,
Javi in the chat says that we can also watch Velocipaster.
that just sounds like it's a bad idea.
I think
I want to hang on.
He said that it's a bad on purpose movie.
The Velocipaster.
Yeah.
So it got apparently 57% from the reviewers on Rotten Tomatoes,
From
and
critics?
71% on the from the audience.
From the sound of that movie, I thought the critics would be like 0%. Well, that's a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.
So after losing his parents, a priest travels to China where he inherits a mysterious ability that allows him to turn into a dinosaur. Although he is horrified by the new power, a hooker convinces him to use it to fight crime. It's only an hour and 15 minutes. I feel like this is one of those that we either need to be drinking or smoking and then watch.
This is an Alien 3000 movie. Like this is you got to be some sort of drunk or high to watch it. Johan says it is a kissing stream soon. It's on my other channel. I can't put that URL.
So yeah, Breach got 21% from the. This is only an hour and a half. We could probably knock both of them out tomorrow and be fine.
Velocipaster. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. So
They're making a sequel apparently to that.
to what?
Velocipaster.
It got all the money, dude. It probably cost $20 to fucking film. Anyway. All right.
So here's Breach's clip. Fleeing a devastating plague on Earth, an interstellar ark comes under attack from a new threat, a shape-shifting alien force intent on slaughtering what's left of humanity.
Okay. Oh shit, you're right, bro. Okay, yeah, we'll see. Right now, Velocipaster's winning because it's the plot line itself made me laugh. Who puts hooker in the plot line in the synopsis? I'll make you that command in a bit, bro. I just don't know what to type for it.
Want to get wet and then just put the
No, see, I'm
You
not
need
doing
to-
that.
You need to clip him saying, "Okay, so boom," and then like have that as one of your things where
Okay,
you start out something and then you just hit the button and it just goes, "Okay,
Okay,
so
boom.
boom."
okay, I can definitely
I
do
mean,
that.
if you want, you can just tell me what you want me to record myself saying, and I can do that.
Oh, that's also this. Yeah,
And if any of my bullshit is entertaining to you,
that's true. Is that I always say I need to get this soundbite and I forget. I don't write it down, and then I'm like, damn, I forgot to get that soundbite. So
write it down.
So there's this movie called The Murder of Nicole Brown Simpson. It got a 0% from the professional reviewers.
yeah, and then the audience gave it like a 90 or something.
You guys want to guess?
I'm gonna go
What do you think?
87.
The audience gave it a 60.
3.
We're not watching that. Not watching that. That fucker didn't say 30. He said 3. We're not watching that.
He made sure to say 3 too. He
Yeah.
didn't stumble at all.
There's also these other two. Lucky. Oh, that's a lot worse than I thought it was.
All right, but
Lucky Day.
Well, let me end this and we can decide what to watch.
All right.
Brian, what are you doing this week?
I don't know. Tomorrow we're watching the movie. Wednesday we're playing some
Borderlands. We agreed. Remember, I came back. I ignored him when I asked him, and I came back saying what I said.
Yeah. Thursday, probably work on stuff. Friday is the motherfucking
Oh, Friday. Yeah, I guess we can do it on Friday. We're gonna be hanging out with Johan online playing SCP. So, Kelsey, if you want to play SCP with us, we'll be playing it Friday afternoon.
Friday, I actually got a group of the people from workout class to go hang out and drink afterwards.
Let's go.
Friday is also the new league start for Path of Exile.
Oh, you got
looks fucking fantastic.
You're busy.
I really want to talk about Path of Exile because I forgot about it.
3 save it for next week, man. We're at 3 hours and 12 already.
But depending on what time I get home, and if you guys are still on, I could probably pop on for a little bit.
Okay.
The update's gonna finish before he goes to the workout people, and he's like, "Oh, I'm stuck in traffic," and then never show up.
I thought it was supposed to start on the 24th, but apparently it's the 16th, and I'm really kind of upset because I'm like, I really want to play, but I've already made plans.
So what you do is invest in a controller that you can connect to your phone, set up Parsec, and does Path of Exile have controller support?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You can just
they have a console version.
Oh,
but I don't know that
on. Leave your computer on, and you can get the Steam Link app on your phone, and then you can just remote in.
Yeah.
And play and then while they're like making funny jokes and drinking, you're like yeah, and just go back to like leveling. So that's what's happening on Friday. We're doing some SCP.
Doesn't look like they have controller support on the PC. So
that's unfortunate.
I don't know if we're doing anything on his actual birthday or not. So I don't know. A friend of mine wanted to play It Takes Two. I don't know when I'm gonna do that.
We're supposed to play that
yesterday.
yesterday.
Two to make things all right.
Yeah.
Or does it take two to make it out of sight?
It's the sample.
That's all right. So that's that. As for myself, tomorrow before we
Anthony,
what's up?
What are you doing this week?
Oh, thanks for asking. I thought we were just gonna skip past it. You know what
No
I'm saying?
one cares.
Excuse me. You can just remove that sound in edit. Anyway, tomorrow Doom Eternal, Ancient Gods Part 2, the second mission. Hopefully I can get through it in under an hour because the game is beating the shit out of me. Then after that, it's going to be like a short stream because by the time I finish that episode, we're going to be watching the movie. So short stream tomorrow for Doom Eternal. Wednesday is going to be Borderlands, continuing the Western DLC with Broski here and Sunski in the chat. Thursday, I'm gonna keep trucking through Outriders and going through the main story, see how that treats me. Hopefully fairly. And then Friday SCP, and then the weekend I don't know. Maybe stream Sunday. I think Diana works on Sunday. She do. So maybe. There's a double XP for Call of Duty this weekend, so I might hit Brian up and we'll play some Outbreak or something. So we'll see. Or if his friend gets Borderlands, we'll just do more Borderlands.
Borderlands 3 or 4 player?
4.
4. Actual 4.
I like how now when we ask that it's actual 4, just not just the number 4.
I'm still pissed about that. Like,
that game should have gotten, even if it came out with 3, it should have been patched in later. Add a 4th. Like, I think it would be more fun.
Are you gonna have a video that shows 4 fucking people and then not release it with 4 fucking people?
Maybe it was like a balancing thing. Maybe it got too easy with 4 people.
Make it scale dynamically.
They scale it.
I know the answer to it. They had something happen back in the back end that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. That's the schedule for the week. Please be sure to watch us if we're streaming or just hang out, whatever the case is. What's up, Brian? Why'd you point at me?
I can ask you after.
No problem. All right. This has been the ADLR Podcast. We'll be back next week with some more shite. Bye.